It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
The New York Jets fall to 0-4 on the season after losing to the Miami Dolphins 27-21 in a game where the Fins lost star wide receiver Tyreek Hill to a catastrophic knee injury. Have we seen the last of the Cheetah? And why are the Jets so undisciplined under a hard-nosed coach like Aaron Glenn? Will he be able to turn the ship around? Or is it just the same old Jets all over again? In the MLB Wild Card, there have been tremendous pitching performances from Cy Young frontrunners, clutch hitting from superstars, and predictably horrible pitching and lineup moves by the Yankees, who face elimination tonight. Who will make it out of the wild card? And is this curtains for Aaron Boone in pinstripes if they get swept at home in the 3-game series by the hated and depleted Red Sox? And before we see what Nick Goody has up his sleeve and in his bag of balls, we will crack a six-pack with Speedy and go over some picks for Week 5 of the NFL season on another all-gas, no-breaks, receipt-taking, and prediction-making live Wednesday night episode of Jabba and the Mound.
The Nets are going to give him a significant one. They're going to have a ton of money to spend. Why not put it in one of the top 3 offensive players in the league? We're going to be looking at Aaron Judge and saying that he can't win the big game. Michael Jordan said, I played 82 games. You don't see LeBron doing that.
This is a game where you got to go perform.
I told you, Giant fans, that Saquon Barkley at this point.
I'm gonna fight them all. A 7-nation army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off. Taking time.
Say whatever you want about Patrick Mahomes. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. Really?
And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And the liquor's going from my eyes. Can't get it all.
To Jabba and the Mouth.
631 672 3108 is the number to call. You're listening to the one, the only, Jabba and the Mouth. I am the Mouth, the one and only Errol Marks, my co-host, Mr. Flame Thrower himself, Jabba Chamberlain. The speedster himself hanging from his underwears as he always does, Speedy Petey. Executive producer, Mr. Aaron Fishman, you just heard him. And the one and only Tommy Poops in the studios, working the sound, and hopefully not doing anything else, watching this horrible Yankee game. Hopefully the Yankees pull it out. Go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. Check out all our shows throughout the week, including Jabba and the Mouth every single Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. All you have to do to tune in and check out our local listings for all our shows is go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. And yeah, everybody's wondering probably why I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. I promised myself, I promised my partner here I would not do this on the show anymore. But we've been dealing with some heat in this studio. And we just got a new air conditioning. It needed to kind of flex itself. So it's been very, very humid down here in the studio, probably for the last 4 or 5 hours. So I'm trying to air out this place. We're starting to get some cooler air. And once we do, I'll probably throw on a jersey. But for right now, I do not want to sweat in this studio. I want to be very comfortable. As we all know, we have to be. Jabba, are you comfortable in Nebraska right now? Is the cornfields about to crash? Is it not blooming anymore?
No, harvest is about over, so everything's kind of ending. Harvest is where you, harvest stuff, if you don't know that. Because I don't think there's much harvesting going in Long Island. So, but no. Yeah,
Yes,
it's just
there
been
is.
a day over here. We just signed some papers for a new house, so I
look at
got to
you.
get all that done. So yeah, we'll be flying by the seat of our pants. Picked up some boxes. Now I'm literally going back and forth with Carter, like, hey, what do you want for your room? Blah blah blah.
Look at that.
So other than that, then we got some good baseball. We got 2 Game 3s going in the wild card, and we'll touch on that. Man, it's been a day. I literally got half of my dinner right here. So I'll probably be taking bites here and there. So other than that,
I'm not taking any
I'm just
bites.
hanging out.
The only bites I'll be taking is the sandwich but Brittany's going to be bringing home from me because she went to Ford's. I don't know if anybody's heard of this restaurant. It's here in Long Island. It's in a couple of places around the country, but it's in Smith Haven Mall, and it's called Ford's. I wanted to go and check out the place. Haven't really had a chance. We've gone everywhere but Ford. Brittany loves to go to different restaurants. Every single restaurant that pops up, a steak restaurant,
Do you guys call it sandwiches or grinders or subs or hoagies?
She likes it all. I mean, I don't think she complains about the
No,
sandwich.
don't you call it something like in different spots?
No, we call it sandwiches.
Heroes, that's another one.
Heroes,
That's
we
another
call it Heroes. You know what I like? And I'll say this, and Speedy, you know what I'm talking about. Philly cheesesteak. I always say about Jersey Mike's. Did you ever have a chance to eat Jersey Mike's Philly cheesesteak? Did I ever introduce you that to you?
I've had it before I met you too, and I do like it. I tend to like the Chipotle one at Jersey Mike's.
I like Jersey Mike's every time, and it doesn't matter if it's in Florida, here in New York. I've been all over the place. There's a bunch of them all over the country, and I love the Philly cheesesteaks. And everybody says, well, it's a replica of Philadelphia cheesesteaks. No, it's not. I've been to Philadelphia. What were you going to say, Jabba? Were you going to cry?
Homer, sorry.
Who hit a homer?
It's Trevor Story.
Oh, he hit a homer again? Oh, my God. Well, he just got a single that gave him a run, or 2 runs, and now he's hot. This is making me sick to my stomach. The Yankees are going to lose this game. I've said this already. The Yankees are going to lose this game tonight against a Red Sox team that shouldn't even be in a wild card game, but they got hot really in the second half of the season. But I don't want to get into that. We'll get into that in just a few moments. My thought here right now is trying to figure out where I wanted to go and eat tonight. She winded up going out and eating with a girlfriend, and so she went to Ford's, and she asked me what kind of sandwich do I want. She took pictures of the menu. I picked one out, and she actually picked it out for me. So I'm excited, but I'm not going to be able to enjoy it where all these gadgets and gizmos are all over this restaurant. So I'm not going to get a chance to enjoy it. Yeah, that's gone. Long gone for the old store stir. And look at him wave. You know, this is the problem. This is why I can't stand the Boston Red Sox. Because whenever they do something, whenever their players do something, they mock the Yankee fans. Now, I mock the Yankee fans too, and I'm a Yankee fan. But it's just the arrogance on the way they do it. It really does bother me. Anyways, at 9 o'clock, we will be talking to former Jaguars, Broncos, and Cowboys defensive end, Jeremy Mincy. Hopefully he joins us tonight. He was supposed to come on about a week and a half ago.
He said he was home today. There's no practice, so he'll be good to go.
So hopefully he shows up. I like Jeremy, but obviously there's always a mix-up. And usually when Speedy plans the guest, something goes wrong. So hopefully we get Jeremy Mincy on the show. I'd love to hear his thoughts to the Broncos and the Jaguars, who have been pretty hot. They've played very well, and what he thinks about the Gremlin. Because
you have to bring out your jersey.
I don't know if I need to bring out the jersey. I think he can watch the replay, or I'm sure he's seen these crazy posts up on our social medias. And if we haven't, I'll post it up after the show. Nevertheless, Jeremy Mincy will be joining us. A lot of baseball to get into. Jabba will be on for most of the show. He might be tailing a little bit at the tail end of the show. He's got family coming out, so Jabba will be dealing and being the host when it comes to his family. And then Mr. Poops, as what is it? Your nephew's birthday? Is it something like that? Yeah, it's his nephew's birthday. How old is he?
He is turning 3 years old.
3 years old. So, and what's your nephew's name again?
His name is Elijah.
Elijah, that's right. Elijah, happy birthday to 3-year-old Elijah. Speedy, I do not want you to sing happy birthday. I don't want you to scare anybody off any earlier than we need.
What are like 3-year-olds into these days, I wonder?
Trucks. I think
He likes Bluey. You know Bluey? You ever heard of Bluey?
It's a Bluey.
Yeah,
Good
Bluey.
call.
Bluey is just a new cartoon. It's Bluey Fish. It's a new cartoon. He also likes his Miss Rachel. She's making her rounds recently on social media. But
it looks like
nice.
it looks like I'm sorry. It looks like Boonie's taking out Rodon. But go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying? Bluey?
No, yeah, Bluey and Miss Rachel. She's making her rounds recently.
Miss Rachel?
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard her. I've heard of her. No.
Sounds like
try
a
to
sex toy to me. Miss Rachel? I mean, who's ever heard of Miss Rachel? I mean, the first thing that pops into my
Rachel
head.
Ray.
Rachel. Oh, come on, please.
Yeah, see, Fish has heard of Miss Rachel. I mean,
Give me a break.
she has been everywhere. She's been very mainstream.
I'm sure she has.
The last couple of years, honestly.
She's
I
been
only
all
know
over
because
the
of my
place.
nephews, so.
She's been to California, New York, Texas, Miami, everywhere.
That's
Miss
like
Rachel.
that garbage we talked about the other, what was it, a couple weeks ago, 6'7". Oh, my, just absolutely just punch me in the face.
Fish mentioning that is the first time, all on my feed now. Fish mentioning that the other day is the first time I've ever heard of it. All I see is 6'7", this, 6. It's like a part of the brain rot, as they like to say.
How about this? I was wearing a baseballism shirt, and it was the L7 weenie from the Sandlot. Like, obviously very, like, self-explanatory. But I was
Sounds like
in, and it was a bunch of, like, high schoolers. And literally, it just said L7, and it was hot dogs, right? They're like, does your shirt say 6'7"? I was like, you got to be shitting me right now. I was like, are you kidding? Like, and I knew nothing about it until it was brought up. And then I was like, what are we like, what is going on right now?
I thought I was still cool.
I'm not a hot dog fan. So I know me and Speedy have gone back and forth. I've had a lot of barbecues, parties. I am not a hot dog fan. The only time I eat a hot dog is when I go to Manhattan and I have one of those dirty dogs. For some reason, the taste in that water gives it this, like, salty taste that I have to enjoy my dog.
Are you talking to, like, a street dog or from
A street
somewhere?
dog, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know, you pick it up, you're at the, I don't know, 34th and 36th or something like that.
They're
around there.
everywhere.
But I know that hot dog truck because I'm always there. And I always grab myself a dog or two. I can't have a hot dog with either ketchup or barbecue sauce. I don't like mustard. I'm not a mustard fan. I like honey mustard. And I know people go back and forth about this. But honey mustard is way different than mustard.
Will you put honey mustard on a hot dog?
Did you just say hot dog with barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of good.
It's
I'm
good.
not going to lie. That's pretty
It's
good.
good.
I've tried that.
It's really good.
I mean, like, I've, like, when it's got in, like, my barbecue, but I haven't, like, put barbecue on, like, actually,
good.
like, as a topping.
It's good. I'm telling you, try it. It actually really is good. And it depends because I don't eat a lot of hot dogs. But, here it is. Is it a double play? 1,
Double play.
2, yeah! He's out of there! Hopefully.
You guys
Anyways.
are way behind
No,
me.
because we stream. We're in the studio. We use a stream. We don't use a regular box here in the studio. So we're about...
I don't either.
We're
I
about
stream.
yeah, but I use a different stream. This is about 8 seconds behind usually everybody. But nevertheless, I don't
you probably use that pirated, like...
No,
storage
it's not pirated. No. I have 25,000. What are you trying to get me arrested? This guy's going to get me arrested.
Hey, this ain't Napster, dog. Like, times have changed.
You see this guy? You see what's going to happen? I'm going to have a knock on the door. I'm going to have the FBI here, and I'm going to put my hands up. I mean, this SOB. Anyways, in Game 1 of the American League Wild Card Series, the Red Sox beat the Yankees 3-1 in a great pitching duel between Garrett Crochet and Max Fried. In 7 2/3 innings, pitched by Crochet, he struck out 11 and allowed only 1 run on Anthony Volpe's home run, tying a Red Sox playoff record. Fried, while battling control at times, shut out the Red Sox through 6 1/3 innings, striking out only 6. Fried, however, was pulled in the 7th inning for Luke Weaver, who then immediately gave up the lead before being pulled without retiring a single batter. Many Yankee fans have questioned the decision-making on the bench and the hot bats and key players like Jazz Chisholm and Ben Rice against lefty Crochet for the cold bats of backups Ahmed Rosario and Austin Wells, who lost a lot of playing time to Rice in the second half of the season. The Tigers won Game 1 versus the Guardians 2-1, led by likely back-to-back American League Cy Young winner Tarek Skubals. 14 strikeouts, but the Guardians won Game 2. By the way, that was a joke. 6-1 after scoring 5 runs in the 8th inning, tying the series. The Cubs won Game 1 versus the Padres 3-1 with back-to-back home runs by Suzuki and Kelly in the 5th inning, but were shut out in the game, Game 2, 3-0 to even the series. Manny Machado had a two-run home run in the 5th after a sacrifice fly in the first game gave the Padres the lead for good. The Dodgers dominated the Reds in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series, powered by 2 home runs from both Hernandez and Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani, the likely back-to-back National League MVP, had a .282 batting average with 55 home runs, 102 RBIs, and 20 stolen bases during the regular season. I want to get into the Yankees first. The Yankees game is going on right now. It could be the demise of the New York Yankees, as the Red Sox are young and have nothing really to play for. I'm just being honest. The only thing they have to play for is the next round. If they can get out of this round, it's all money for them because they're ahead of schedule. This team is way ahead of schedule with the injuries that they had at the tail end of the season, and they don't really have any pitching. Besides Crochet, they really don't. They're rebuilding their pitching staff. They're rebuilding, which, by the way, their bullpen has been rebuilt this past year. Adding Chapman and some of the players that they added, this is still a very good, very dominant bullpen. But as far as their rotation, this is not a good rotation. But the Yankees in game number 1 had to do a lot of things right. If they were going to win this game, they had to put points on the board. And they couldn't. They couldn't. Max Fried did exactly what the Yankees paid him to do. And that's go out and pitch shutout after shutout after shutout after shutout innings. He did what he was supposed to do. And everybody wants to blame Aaron Boone. And I'm going to get to the Aaron Boone take. Because I don't sit here and listen to sports radio shows to try to copycat their thoughts. I'm going to give you mine. I'm going to give you my way of putting it on a silver platter or a gold platter or a platinum platter. Whatever platter you like, I'm going to put it on for all you fans out there. The Yankees right now, going into this series, were the best team in the American League. They were tied for the best record. Only the Blue Jays beat them out because the Blue Jays had that face-to-face record, the record that the Yankees should have had all season long. But, of course, at the tail end of the season, made a lot of mistakes and went on these skids, which hurt the Yankees. The Yankees, going into the season, were expected to go back to the World Series. And so were the Dodgers. I don't know if the Dodgers are going to make it. I damn well believe that the Yankees aren't going to make it. And there's a lot of reasons why. Aaron Judge did have 2 hits in game number 1. And he did get an RBI tonight, which could be very, very important if the Yankees actually win the game. But you expect your superstar players to show up. If Aaron Judge wants to move on in this series, he's going to have to do something special in this game. Because to me, there's all the confidence in the world going into game number 2, which is going on right now, because of the fact that you got guys like Bregman, guys like Chapman. And it is so very fitting when you look at it. The guy at the tail end of the game that shut down the Yankees and their lineup was Aroldis Chapman, who the Yankees overpaid year after year after year, which, by the way, never won with Aroldis Chapman. And then Bregman, Alex, pain in the ass, flea, nutso, Bregman. And I call him nutso because the guy, every time he's running around the bases when he hits a home run, he goes crazy. Alex Bregman hit that key hit in the later innings that gave them a 3-1 lead. And as soon as that happened, the game was over. And the reason why is the Yankees have no offense. And for years, the Yankees have tried to figure out Who do we put in this lineup to help an Aaron Judge or a Gleyber Torres or a Giancarlo Stanton, who, by the way, absolutely looked horrible last night as well? The Yankees have all the pressure on them. There's all the pressure. You play the 3 home games. You play in the smallest stadium, or one of the smallest stadiums in all of baseball. This is a home run park, and all it takes is one bat, 1 2-run home run, and the series is going to be over tonight. You know why? Because the Yankees can't hit. Are you going to blame Aaron Boone for that? And that goes to the Aaron Boone situation. Now, I have to attack Yankee fans on this one. You're going to blame Aaron Boone for taking out Max Fried when he thought that Max Fried was done? Max Fried had to tell Aaron Boone. You saw him when he gave the ball up. If he didn't think he was done, he would have probably said, when Aaron Boone went up to him, do you think he could pitch to another? You saw him do it. And he didn't say anything, which tells him maybe they have some kind of sign with one another that he was done. There's no way Aaron Boone takes him out unless he asks Max Fried that if he doesn't have one left in him. He does it. I've seen managers do this in the playoffs. And Aaron Boone is one of those guys that is faithful to his players. He doesn't just, all right, I'm going to take him out. Matchups do make sense. Analytics make sense. I'm sure upstairs they reached out to him and said, maybe this is it for him. I don't know. But it didn't look like Max Fried was upset that he was getting pulled out of the game. He didn't look upset. Now, you want to blame Aaron Boone for that? How about blaming the players when they needed to hit and they needed to get up there and get base runners? They couldn't do that against Crochet. Crochet absolutely dominated them after Volpe's hit. I think there was only 3 hits against Crochet, and 2 of them were Volpe. Yes, Anthony Volpe. All the guys, including yours truly and all the Yankee fans, wanted him out of here. And this is the guy that only got most of the hits against one of the more dominant pitchers in Garrett Crochet in all of baseball. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for this team, and no Yankee fan shouldn't. They shouldn't. This is not a team that I believe is capable of winning these close games. That's why I said going into tonight's game, the Yankees are going to have to put up at least 3 to 4 runs and make sure that Rodon has the confidence that it can ride that out all the way to the 7th or 8th inning. That's the only way the Yankees have a chance against this gritty Red Sox young team. And Aaron Boone is not the smartest and the perfect manager. I will admit that. But I've always stuck up for Aaron Boone. And I didn't think he was going to last. I didn't. I said it on this show. I'm not going to back out of what I said. As Keith always says, oh, you say one thing and you don't stick to the other. Well, that's a lie. Because I said that Aaron Boone was done. 70 games left of the season. I said it was over for the Yankees and Aaron Boone's going to be looking for a new job. I was wrong. Aaron Boone went on this run with the last 50, 55 games of the season where the Yankees were the best team in baseball. You could argue they were. Them, the Guardians were pretty damn good. They were good teams. The Mariners were pretty good. The fact here is, this is a team that should absolutely pulverize this Red Sox team. They're much better than this Boston Red Sox team. But again, year in and year out, since 2009, and Jabba knows all about this, they can't find a guy that can do what Derek Jeter does. They couldn't find a guy that did what Johnny Damon did against the Yankees when the Red Sox played the Yankees. They didn't have, and they don't have those guys. They're not existing on this roster. There is nobody. Giancarlo, he hits home runs. Giancarlo is hot or he's cold. I don't know what he is yet. Because we only seen him in one game, and he hasn't hit yet in this series. I mean, he really hasn't. I'm worried because even if the Yankees win tonight, and the Yankees beat the Red Sox, are they better than the Guardians or the Tigers or the Mariners or any of those teams that I just mentioned? The answer would be no. Because to me, this team does not have enough depth. And I don't want to hear Jazz Chisholm, who, by the way, looked horrible when he came into the game. And by the way, for all the fans out there taking shots at Aaron Boone that Jazz Chisholm didn't start, why don't you go and talk to Brian Cashman? Why don't you go and talk to the executives, the analytics? Because that's the only reason why Jazz Chisholm did not start the game. It wasn't Aaron Boone. And I'm tired of people blaming this guy that he is the familiar face, the familiar guy to pick on every single time something happens in a professional New York Yankee game. And I say professional because I watch Trenton and I watch all that garbage too.
No, Errol, that's one thing, and I had to jump in when you were saying that because I understand the frustration from a fan's perspective of like, what the hell's Cashman and Boone like. But also, too, and we've kind of beat a dead horse when this happens, when it comes to this. It's like, when are we going to stop complaining about those guys that aren't playing? Let's do the things on the field that get a big 2-out hit. Do those things. Like, there's so many times where it's like the first thing to do is like, hey, let's blame Cash. No. Like, I get it, fans. It's frustration. Like, I understand. Like, I'm a baseball fan. I was fortunate enough to play it, but I'm a fan longer than I ever will be on the field. You're so right. It's like, when are we going to start saying, like, Judge, you're the best player on the planet, along with Ohtani and a handful of others, because you're playing Major League Baseball. I understand that. But you can't hit 200. And we've said this. This hitting 200 gets you here. Winning a championship, nobody cares what Alex did before 2009. He won a World Series with the New York Yankees. Judge, you got to do something. And I know I'm saying it's easier said than done. But stop freaking blaming everybody else except the dudes that strap it on or in between the lines, standing 60 feet 6, busting a hard night. Like, you got to stop with the Cashman and whatever. Let's get a bunt down. Let's drive a guy over. Yeah, it's not sexy. It doesn't go in the scorebook. But you got a guy in scoring position with less than 2 outs for a guy to have a chance to score him. Like, this playoff baseball, the game is won. You seeing guys come out of the bullpen in the 5th and 6th innings that are closers in high leverage situations. Like, this is a different game. Like, getting a guy over. PFPs, we've already seen an error by Rodon that almost cost him. And so it's just these little things. Stop always putting it on management. Put it on the players. Like, we put it on ourselves. As fans, put it on them too. Like, we're grown. Like, Jazz was pissed yesterday. Good for him. I liked it. Some people may have not have, but he was pissed. And you could tell. Good for him. He's a 30-30 player. You may not like him, but his numbers don't lie. In 162 games, look at it. He was a premier top 10 player for 162 games. I would have been pissed too. But stop blaming the damn management and blame these dudes sometimes when they don't get it done.
And here's another thing. Going back to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is hitting. Everybody's going to say, wait a second, he's got 4 hits right now in this series. But besides the RBI he had tonight, which gave him a lead, 3-2, they weren't significant hits. They were singles. You want to see home runs. This is what this guy is paid to do. He is a superstar. He's a great Samaritan. He's a great face for baseball. He's everything you want in a leader. He's everything you want in a superstar. He really is. You can't complain about that. But it's just the fact that everybody wants to point their fingers at management. They want to speak about, hey, if the Yankees get knocked out in the first round, the wild card game, maybe they keep Aaron Boone and they get rid of all of the managers or all the guys on the bench. What is that going to do? Is that going to really fix up the problems that they can't hit in the big games, in the important parts of the game? No. And that's why they're in this perdinky-dink. I say no predicament because it's perdinky-dink. Because the dink is that this team is going to lose because there's a lot of dink and donk on this team. You got Chisholm donking, and then you got guys I've never even heard of dinking. You got a third baseman that, hey, he might be decent. Should he be playing? Just because of his defense, is he that good where you're going to play him? He's a better hitter than anybody else. I would have moved Chisholm over there. And found somebody to play second base, a better bat. Add more bats to the lineup. If you're not hitting and you know you're going to have problems hitting against Crochet, then you do whatever it takes to figure that out. It's all about offense in this game. It's not going to be about defense. It's going to be who's going to get that big hit, who's going to hit that big home run. Aaron Boone knows a lot about that against this same damn team. Does everybody remember? I think I remember against Tim Wakefield. May he rest in peace. Remember that? That fired a manager. That got a manager fired after that. And I'm not saying Alex Cora is getting fired, but Alex Bregman is a Yankee killer. He is a killer. And he killed him again yesterday. And if you know he's a killer, why aren't you pitching around him? You know that your bullpen has this thought that if they're off, they're off. And when they're on, we hope they're on, and every single one of them on. That's the problem with the New York Yankees year in and year out. It's their bullpen's been burnt out. So you want to blame Aaron Boone for that? Blame him for that. Don't blame him because, hey, you know what? He went to Max Fried. He asked Max Fried. It's not like Max Fried just walked off the mound. He didn't. He was speaking to him. What do you think he was speaking to him about? You think he was just, well, we have some tea and crumpets in the back. Go get yourself. Go grab yourself some cupcakes. You think that's what he was talking about? Come on, guys. He was talking about, where do you see? Do you see you have another one? Do you have the rest of this inning? You think you have anything left? He probably, in his own way, said, it's up to you. I don't know. And he probably, good game, man. Good game. We'll get you. We'll get you out of this. Dobby, you know all about this. This is what the manager does. He gives you, especially in a playoff game, and you know your pitcher deserves to stay in there. He earned the right to stay in there. I know Aaron Boone's not just going to take you off the mound. He left Rodon in. And look, nobody out. Man on first and second. The Yankees are in trouble. 7th inning. Same inning that cost the Yankees the game yesterday.
And your favorite player, the 8-hitter, Rafaela, coming up to the plate.
Yes.
The one that's
Narvaez. Rafael, the center field.
Yes, and Narvaez is hitting 5th, and I know you were taking shots at him on the phone.
Narvaez, whatever his name
Carlos
is.
Narvaez, a young catcher that is
the
definitely
Yankees.
instigating the Yankees, and you've seen this kind of thing. We talked about it with when we were talking about Devers about the beginning of the season. Like when Devers came up, and he was already instigating the Yankees in that rivalry too, and obviously hitting the home run off Chapman that kind of started that. And you're kind of seeing, even though Devers is gone, you're kind of seeing those other young players have that type of mentality just to try to jitter to the Yankees because the Yankees are the ones with all the pressure. The Red Sox are the ones that don't have the pressure. And looks who's getting it done. It's a 7, 8, 9 guys in the order for the Red Sox getting it done. I've always said the Red Sox have had kind of a strange pattern to the way they are as a team. They do well when you least expect it. They have the 2013 team had a core of a bunch of veterans that were scrap heaps. 2018 had a good team, but it wasn't thought of as a powerhouse. And this is a young team. Fish, I think it was you. I forget if it was you or it was Goody that brought it up with that the prospect development, that unique concept. I forget if it was which segment it was, but they're making that kind of thing work, and the Yankees are just caving to the same pressure they always do.
I think it was Goody.
They're caving to that same pressure they always do.
I think it was Goody. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure it was Goody. Was it Goody?
No, that was something that I did before the season started.
I was just going to say, I thought it was before.
Yeah, it was before the season started because they had the 3 big prospects. Christian Campbell, who did not pan out, and they actually paid, which made me kind of laugh a little bit. They had to send him back down after a hot first month. Roman Anthony is freaking for real. Oh, my God. That guy came up and dominated almost from the jump. He's injured, and we're
got
not
a lot of
playing
money,
against
too.
That guy.
He got a lot of money.
He's the best player. Well, but that guy absolutely deserves it. He's going to be one of the best players in baseball in almost no time flat. That guy's incredible, and they don't have him right now. And the Yankees need to win this game. They don't have Giolito either. So they were going to throw another lefty at the Yankees so they could neutralize those lefty bats at Yankee Stadium. They don't have that. So there's so many advantages for the Yankees here with that Red Sox depleted lineup. And here's the problem with Aaron Boone. I'm going to take shots at Aaron Boone. I don't completely blame Aaron Boone.
There we go.
I do blame guys like Volpe for having some of the worst at-bats in key situations like he just did last inning. And then Max Fried, after the game, Errol, he did say that he could have kept going. But that's how it is. That's how the Yankees are. They're conditioned not to argue about it because that's how it is. I'm not saying that he shouldn't have argued. I think he should have. But he had just gotten the first guy out in the 7th, and the 8 and 9 hitters were coming up. What do you mean that you need to take out your ace when he's pitching like that He could have gotten those two guys out in a handful of pitches, and it would have still been under 110. I don't think that was a smart move. And I think most Yankee fans think that was a really bad managerial move. You should have left him in for the bad hitters in the lineup. What's the worst that could have happened? The same thing that happened when they brought in Luke Weaver, who's been bad for over a month and a half. Why would you go to that guy? That's not the guy to go to. It's like when he was going to Devin Williams when he was terrible earlier this season. It's the same shit.
You know
I don't understand why you do that.
You know, the Yankees bullpen really struggled, where I saw a tweet yesterday. It's weird to think Devin Williams was the only one that actually produced out of the Yankees bullpen yesterday.
Well, I mean, look, go with the hot hand. There's plenty of evidence saying that something's up with Luke Weaver. He's not pitching well.
His
velo
was down too.
I think he's playing hurt. And, of course, he's not going to argue out of it when they're in the postseason. But don't put him in when it's a tight spot. That's crazy. And he did it. And now we're in a tight spot again. It's 3-3 in the seventh. They got a couple of guys on. They bring in Cruz. I like Cruz a lot. But they left Rodon in after he got out of the sixth inning with that great double play to start the next inning. And he let the first two guys on and threw wild pitches because he's done. How do you not know to take him out before the start of the inning? To me, these are kind of fireable offenses. As a manager, if they lose, if they lose, listen,
you're going to fire
without
him.
all that,
Stop.
Without all that, if they lose both of these games when they were winning at home and get swept by the Red Sox, I think they have to fire him.
No, not a.
Someone's got to be a scapegoat.
No,
it's not going to be Cashman.
No, first of all, nobody needs to be a scapegoat. Right now, this is a team that was fighting all year on who was going to be in the bullpen, who was going to be the closer, who was going to be the eighth or ninth inning guy. You made a move for Devin Williams. It failed. It failed. You decided to go with Devin Williams. And Devin Williams was one of the best closers. Run?
No. Now they're loaded with two outs. Jazz made a diving play, just couldn't get enough on the throw.
I think he was safe either way.
He was probably safe either way, but it's still, that's a run. If he
saved a run.
That's the other thing. Like, I understand Cashman's got the analytics. Jazz Chisholm's your starter. He's a top 5 second baseman in Major League Baseball. It's a weak position, but he's a top 5 second baseman in Major League Baseball. There's no doubt. You got to play that guy. I don't care if Ahmad Rosario was great against.
I disagree.
6 for 9.
I'm looking at both players, and again, they're looking at the defensive side of the ball. They wanted to make sure that they probably knew that this game was going to be close. This game was going to be close. Did somebody get a hit? You guys are itching, and what happened?
No, it's Story up with the bases loaded.
All right, it's Story. Yeah.
That's not the guy. That's not the guy I want to see with the bases loaded. No. Not right now. No, he's freaking hot. He's had a really good year.
But I understand why people are upset about. Obviously, Aaron Boone and the mistakes that he's made year in and year out. It's still, you have to look at him and some of the things that he has accomplished. This is the same manager that managed his team to the World Series last year. They played a better Dodger team. Now, and I want to say something. I thought he was done this year. But to get this team to rally behind him the way he did and get him into the playoffs and almost have the best record in the American League. Dude, they were 6 games out of first place going into the month of September. Everybody said they were done. There was no way they were coming back. And they were down to the final game of the season. And if the Rays just didn't throw the season away, maybe the Yankees aren't playing in this wild card game. I'm just saying. The Rays just...
Well, you're not wrong, but also you got to know that the last 50 games of the season, the Yankees had the easiest schedule in all of Major League Baseball, and they talked about it a lot at the time that the Yankees were going to have a really good stretch run because of that. They took care of business. There's nothing that you could say negative about it. But now we're in these tight spots. The reason why the Yankees weren't the AL East champions is because they blew games like this all the year, mid-season, that they should have had 4 or 5 more wins. But these dumbass moves by Boone with the pitching staff and some of the lineup decisions that are more than questionable. I mean, Errol, just think about it. If you're think about when you're playing hockey. If the coach was like, you know what, against this team, I'm benching my 5th best player, and I'm going to put this other guy in that you have to be on the line with. Are you going to be happy about that they put like some platoon guy in to be on your line because of a matchup instead of a stud who's been with you all season?
And again, I'm not going to say he's the best person.
Let's go.
I'm not going to say he's the best manager in the world. I'm just telling you, I'm just telling you that I think that Aaron Boone is a quality manager. And if he gets fired this offseason or next offseason, there are going to be 10 teams lining up for him, including the New York Mets. Oh, yeah. Because if Mendoza doesn't cut it next year and Aaron Boone gets waived off, who do you think the Mets are going to hire if he becomes available? Mm-hmm. You know damn well where they're going. And it's not even going to be an argument.
They get rid of Mendoza mid-season.
This is the problem with New York fans. They did the same thing to Eli, pushing him out. They did it for many, many years to Tom Coughlin. They pushed him out. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Do you guys get this? Do you understand this?
First off, that's different. I don't think people were pushing Tom Coughlin or Eli.
You just can't sprinkle a fairy dust on something, and it's going to rise like Judge, okay? What do they call it? All rise? It's not going to rise. It's not going to rise, except maybe something in Speedy's pants.
Well,
but nevertheless.
That's Passover. That's later on in the year. Right now we have Yom Kippur, so good Yontif to everyone that's celebrating.
Yes,
all
absolutely.
Right, good Yontif.
Yes.
Have
a very good fast. All the Jewish people out there, all of you guys, have a good fast as it started already, and throughout the night and throughout tomorrow, all the way till sunset. So I hope everybody has a very good fast. But and by the way, if people don't know what Yom Kippur is, it's a very simple holiday. It's a holiday where you beg for forgiveness. That's what it is, and that's what Yom Kippur is you're fasting because all the Jewish people, all the slaves out there that were slaves in the old, in the Moses time and all that other stuff, they were slaved. And they were
my people
go. They were practically, there was no food, and they were living off of nothing. And they want to show people or give people an understanding of what it was like in those days not having food. So yeah.
Errol, I think you're getting your Jewish history a little mixed up. So Rosh Hashanah is the Jewish New Year. You get 12 or 10 days between the second day of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which is it literally stands for Day of Atonement. So you're right. It's about begging for forgiveness for your sins. But it's more about it's similar to Catholicism where, like St. Peter has the book, it's open, and then they close the book on the year. If you're Jewish, you walk to a body of water, you take some bread, you symbolically throw the bread into the water to get rid of your sins, and start the year anew. So again, good Yontif to everybody. You're talking more Passover, but Passover is the number one big-time holiday.
The Tigers...
very much related to
we got to move on. We got to move on. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but we got to move on. The Tigers knock off the Guardians in game number one. Obviously, we expected Scoobles to do what he was supposed to do, and that was pretty much shut down the Guardians. What was it, eight and a half innings? Just absolutely dominated and very well deserved. The Detroit Tigers are not... They've been up and down all season long. And honestly, at the tail end of the season, they shouldn't have made the playoffs. They knocked off the Astros. The Astros were up and down too, and a lot of people thought they were going to sneak into the playoffs. But the Tigers knocked off the Guardians. It's pretty simple. It was a battle of pitching. We expect that to be that when guys like Scoobles are on the mound. And anybody right now with the Guardians, their front three rotation is sensational. You can argue this is the best all-around underrated rotation in all of baseball. And the Guardians always find a way. They're a scrappy team. I've talked to Nick about that. So the Tigers obviously have an opportunity now. Did they play today? They didn't play today.
They played today. Guardians won the second game.
Right.
So they've got
I don't know. I don't have it up here.
Yeah, they got 5 runs off
I didn't
the
get a
bullpen.
chance. By the way, everybody, I didn't get a chance to do anything today. I've been running around all freaking day trying to get ready for this show. So I record the shows. I record the games and I watch them. And obviously back-to-back games being that tonight was a game, I didn't even get a chance to watch the game. So I'll watch it after the show. But I've seen what happened last night, and we're not going to get a chance to talk about it until next week. And the series will be over. But the Tigers right now with Scooble, if Scoobles could play every single day and pitch every single day, the Tigers are just going to roll all over everybody. He's the best pitcher in baseball. You can't even argue that. He's the Cy Young winner, 14 strikeouts. That's redonkulous, okay? It's ridiculous. So I expected that. As far as the Cubs are concerned, the Cubs I like. I think they're a good team. I think they have a very good roster. They have a tremendous amount of talent on the offensive side of the ball. I'm interested how this pitching is going to hold up. If they get out of the Padres series, which a lot of people think the Padres are better than the Cubs, if they get out of this series, how is the pitching going to hold up throughout the playoffs if they match up against the Dodgers or match up against one of these top cohesive offensive teams that we've seen? So the National League is so hard to predict because the Philadelphia, we haven't even seen them yet. They have the bye, and I think Philadelphia is the best team. So could you imagine if the Cubs have to match up against this team, and they got good pitching, and they got a good bullpen? So I worry about the Cubs because I don't think the Cubs pitching is as reliant as some of the teams that we mentioned. And the Dodgers. I know what Blake Snell is. Blake Snell, he is a Cy Young winner. This is a 2-time Cy Young winner. This guy can pitch. When he's on, he's on. He's untouchable. And last night, it was just absolutely dominant fashion. And I heard a lot of different broadcasters before the game say, I would give my left leg if Cincinnati wins this game or wins this series. Okay? I'm not going to mention whoever is listening or is listening to who hosted that particular show knows who I'm talking about. I just think the Dodgers at full strength are almost impossible to beat. And I expect that to continue all the way through this playoff. The only team I think that can match up very well against the Dodgers at full strength is Philly. And even Philly doesn't have the pitching staff that the Dodgers have if they're 100% healthy. So that's what I see with this series. A lot of Yankees because I think the Yankees series is obviously we're here in New York and there's a lot of New York people watching this show because of Jabba and me and we're here based out of New York. But all of the games were fun to watch so far and I expect this playoff to be a fun run. And I expect the two teams that come out of the National League and the American League to be surprise teams, not expected teams to make it to the World Series. That's my prediction.
I agree with you on the Phillies. I think they're definitely the best all around when it comes to like the postseason identity combined with the talent. The Dodgers have the most talent when they are healthy, and they definitely showed it in that game. Even their later hitters were really getting it going as well against a good pitcher in Hunter Green. Hunter Green's been a very good pitcher all year. He had some injury issues, but his strikeout pace was very good. But again, just the Reds, they had a nice run to get in, unfortunately knocking out the Mets in their historic collapse. But the Dodgers are just proving their will. The Cubs are interesting because obviously they have the top-end pitching, but I do agree with you. If they get out of this series with the Padres, I do worry about them in a longer series. I don't know if they have enough depth. That being said, they do have the top-end pitching with Imanaga, Matthew Boyd, and Kate Horton. You were talking about Java, a young rookie that's been pitching very well to make that kind of thing work. Tigers and Guardians is exactly what he said. Scrappy baseball, really low scoring. I'm curious to see this Cleveland bullpen, if they hold up like they did today or if they struggle like they did in Game 1. That'll define their game tomorrow.
Yeah, it's I've watched all of it. Playoff baseball for me is just it's so fun. It's like opening day for me because you get 4 games. And so for sure, 2 days in a row, you knew you were going to get 4 games. We're on pace, hopefully, as this keeps going. And we got 2 Game 3s already and this one tied, and then we got another one coming up. But yeah, the Cubs, Palencia coming off the DL and coming in the 5th and 6th inning it just kind of shows you what Council's doing right now. Playoffs are different. There's no going down as a closer or a high leverage guy in the 4th, 5th inning. Like you're going down before the game started and you're warming up. So it's a little bit different. I don't think the bullpen holds up. They're obviously not as deep. Obviously we got to Cubs fans around here, and I think I've charged my phone 6 times today just because everybody's like, what do you think? What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just they feel like I think the hitting's going to have to carry him a little bit. Philly's obviously just waiting on who they're going to get. They're deep, they're experienced, they understand how to win. I think the Dodgers, the Reds made a nice run. The prediction from me and Goody, I will take credit for that one on both sides of that. It's a little bit too late for those guys, and then I can't count the Guardians out. Just the way that they go about their business, it's like you just never know. And it's fun to watch a scrappy team and just there's no give up, and it's good at bats. It's just the little things, and I don't know how they're doing it. They might have sacrificed a chicken. You never know. I love it, and I hope we get some surprises. I think we will.
Yeah.
Just how big of a surprise will it be? I don't know if it's going to be what we expect. Some people are predicting another, 09 rematch. I don't know if that's going to happen. But
Not
yeah,
if they win, if they lose tonight.
I had the Phillies and the Mariners at the start. I know a lot of people were saying Phillies, Yankees as well, or Dodgers going back as well.
Aaron
yeah,
Judge struck out.
I mean, Ohtani went deep on the fastest pitch over 100, like fastest stat is like 114.9. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing he can't do. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they used him moving forward as far as on the bump.
And that's
117, my bad.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, why I say your best player has to show up in the big points of a game. And with one out, man on second, and you have a chance to knock him in, you struck out in Aaron Judge. That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of saying, in Monday night's football battle, what, you were going to say something? What?
Yeah, I popped out. 3 out. Sorry.
Oh, I thought
Mind you, I'm
something
not apologizing. I'm watching the damn game. And
I
doing the show.
I got it. So am I. In a Monday night football battle between two winless teams, of course, Fish said that. The Dolphins beat the Jets 27-21 to get the win in the win column for the first time in 2025. The Dolphins won despite the catastrophic injury to five-time All-Pro receiver Tyreek Hill, whose leg turned completely the wrong way due to a dislocated knee. Hill had successful surgery today to fix the knee with the multiple torn ligaments, including the ACL. He will miss the rest of the season, but says he will be back next season. Hill is owed $36 million in the last year of his contract next season. Jets quarterback Justin Fields returned with an injury and had 226 passing yards, 81 rushing yards, 2 total touchdowns in the loss. Turnovers were the culprit in the game, as although the Jets outgained the Dolphins in total yards, 404 to 300, they lost the turnover battle 3-0 due to 3 fumbles, including Braylon Allen's fumbling going into the end zone before leaving the game with what is called a serious knee injury. The Jets, under new coach Aaron Glenn, are still searching for their first win and are also the only defense in the NFL that hasn't forced a turnover this season. I don't care about all those statistics. That means nothing. And I know everybody says forced turnovers give you chances to win. Fine, if that's what you want to believe. The fact here is, if you want to look at the bright side of all this, there is a bright side. The Jets aren't getting demolished. They're not going out there and completely laying a lousy goose egg. Besides the Buffalo Bills game, where they lost 30-10, every single game they played, they competed. That tells me that the coach and the players are falling into his beliefs and how he believes this team is going to find a way to win in the future. This isn't Robert Saleh. Bambi Saleh's offense or defense. Now, Bambi had one of the best defenses in the league, and this is practically the same team. The secondary, there's a lot of questions. Stevens, Michael Carter, they're both probably not going to be here next year. But this isn't Aaron Glenn's team, and I don't believe Steve Wilkes will be here next year as well. I think Aaron Glenn's going to be calling the defense one way or another. The Jets' offensive line, solid. Breece Hall will probably not be here next year. Garrett Wilson is for real. Sauce Gardner's up and down. He needs to make the better play or plays to help them win these closer games. Miami sucks. We know what Miami, we know what the Dolphins are. We know what Tua Tagovailoa is. We've seen him in Alabama. We've seen him enough here. He got his money. He's not good. What bothered me is a Chan running all over the New York Jets. You added Phillips. You added all these guys on the waiver wire before the season started. Have these guys helped your running game? No. Have these stopped these top-end runners like Bucky Irving or now a Chan from running against you? No. That's the problem right now, ladies and gentlemen. It has nothing to do with, oh my God, they lost against the Miami Dolphins. I have said this many, many times on this show. The worst team to the best team are so very close in the NFL, it's minuscule. It's so small. It's so very small. So the fact that Miami beat the Jets, am I surprised? No, I'm not. I'm really not. I am not. As much as you guys shouldn't be surprised about Daniel Jones and how great he's been this year. Those are the facts. The Jets are not a good team. They're a young team, one of the youngest in the league. They're going to make mistakes. Justin Fields obviously is not the guy in the future. He's not. Braylon Allen is not the guy anymore after tearing his knee. As a matter of fact, he'll probably be a bona fide backup now. Breece Hall will not be re-signed at the end of this season because he's going to ask for a significant amount of money. He will break 1,000 yards this year. You can book it now that Braylon Allen is out for the season. Book it, seal it, whatever you have in your fantasy league, bet on it when it comes to Vegas. I am absolutely right about that, if he's healthy. Dolphins are not good. The Dolphins stink. They're going to win maybe 5 games just as much as the Jets will win 4 now. I don't know why anybody believes that this team is going to change by a blink of an eye, by a snap of a finger. It's not going to happen that way, guys. And you can listen to guys out there on social media that have their own Jet shows, and you know who I'm speaking about. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, and you guys who are listening know who I'm speaking about, all you Jet fans. And I am a Jet fan. I'm not going to listen to the rubbish that is out there on social media, the garbage that I read, because everybody knows what's going on in the locker room when you don't know crap. You don't know nothing, because you sit there and you listen to Aaron Glenn prance around on, talking to the media and speaking to everybody outside off the practice field. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what the players are thinking. I'll tell you what's going on, and I don't even have to be there. You want to know what's going on? Here's what's going on, Jet fans. The Jets are a new team, new roster, and it's going to be drawn up very, very easy. A lot of these guys are not going to be a part of the future of this organization by the end of this year. This, ladies and gentlemen, was a tryout. This season is a tryout for Quincy Williams, and all the veterans on this roster that thought they were going to make this roster next year. Simpson, who's going to be a free agent. All of them. All you Jet fans, Tippmann, all these guys. Elijah Vertucka, gone. Breece Hall, gone. Jermaine Johnson, gone. You want me to keep naming them? I'll name them over and over and over again. And yes, Giant fans, I still tell you right now, I don't care if the Giants have a win. The Jets have more talent than the Giants have. That's not even a lie. But guess what? You got to know what you're doing with the roster that you have. And Aaron Glenn does not have the roster that he wanted. He took on Robert and Bambi Sala roster, and he's playing with what he has. And by the end of this season, they're going to have a top 5 pick. They're going to draft a quarterback. Is he going to be the right one? Well, time will tell, but usually if you look at history, it's not. But let's pray to God. Pray to God that the Jets will find the right guy. Finally, after, 60 years. I don't even know if Joe Namath, and I know Jet fans are going to attack me, I don't even know if Joe Namath is as good as every Jet fan believed he was. The truth is, they brought in guys that have made it to the Super Bowl with other teams. Aaron Rodgers. How about, remember Neil O'Donnell? Oh, God. Remember him? Another ex-Pittsburgh Steeler that took a team to a Super Bowl that never won? Do you want me to keep naming them? Come on, guys. Here's the facts. If you think I don't know what I'm speaking about or know about, you guys don't know me. I'm not going to just spit out bullcrap. I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm going to give you stuff, and you guys can attack me on social media. I will bend over and tell you to kiss my rear end. I could care less what you think. But here's what I do know. This team is lucky to win 5 games. This team was not expected to win more than 5 games. And if they won more, it was a successful season. If they don't, it's not going to make a difference. That's it. You want to slice it and dice it. And by the way, Mike McDaniel, gone. He's gone. Tyreek Hill, gone. He will not be a part of Miami's future. Tua Tagovailoa after this year, gone. Not a part of this future anymore. He'll be a backup quarterback in the league. You want me to keep on going? Guys, that's it. It's a battle of two bad teams, but let me tell you something. I know Giant fans are going to sit there jumping for joy, and I know Fish will like to throw some meat at me, meat patties. I'm going to give you one. Don't try to sell me about how bad the Jets are, and just because the Giants bought a win against a Charger team that lost their number 1 and number 2 offensive tackle, and think, oh, we got Jackson Dart. The Giants are better than the Jets. That doesn't sell me anything. I'm not going to put down Jackson Dart, but I'm not going to raise the Super Bowl Lombardi trophy that the Giants won something either.
No, and the Dolphins didn't win anything, obviously, with just beating the Jets. And, it's hard at this point where they're going to be so cash-strapped as it is to think you're going to have any future at this point. Because we were talking about, potentially trading Hill. I thought they were going to do it in the offseason when they still had, I guess, a little bit more value. Now they're not going to have anything, so they're stuck with him now. He's probably going to retire after next year. He's going to try to play. He said he was going to try to play next year.
He's not retiring.
But, again, then they're going to have to either give him a new deal. Maybe he goes take a short deal somewhere else with it.
He'll be with Kansas City next year.
Maybe the Chiefs end up bringing him back for a short contract, possibly, to maybe get them that missing piece as their receiving core. But, again, the Dolphins are still kind of stuck as it is. The Jets, they're building something with some young players. That's what they're going to do. They're going to face that level of adversity. Did I expect their defense to be this bad? No. But
nobody did.
At the same time, it is what you were saying, a conflict of schemes that are going at two different things. Robert Saleh had a 4-3 that was more of an attacking 4-3 zone-type defense, and Aaron Glenn is trying to run kind of a hybrid. More 4-3 concepts than 3-4 probably, but Detroit was kind of a hybrid that mixed a lot of things up with more of a man coverage type, sometimes back end, sometimes physical.
By the way, that pitch that Devin Williams just pitched, nasty. Absolutely nasty. That was nasty. That was nasty.
I still get.
That was nasty, guys. I don't know what was that? A changeup? That was a
changeup. Yeah.
That was a nasty pitch. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what I was saying is kind of Aaron Glenn's defense. I think is a little more of a hybrid comparatively, and I think some of these players that they drafted are more built for that specific type of scheme. I thought Jermaine Johnson was a little more versatile to try to make that kind of thing work. I thought he was a lot more of a stand-up linebacker coming out of the draft that could transition to 4-3, and now he's trying to readjust it back to this, and he's not looking as good. Like you said, Quinnen Williams had that great first game. Since then, has not played great, and you have these rangy linebackers that just don't fit. Offensively, I think Fields looks fine. Wilson looks fine. Fields, I think, will still. I agree with you. They'll probably draft a quarterback, but Fields will still stay on the roster.
He'll be on the roster because he's going to help, and Tyrod Taylor will be there too. Because even though he's not going to get $8 million, he's one of the highest paid backup quarterbacks right now in the NFL. He's not getting that next year, but he will stay a Jet because the Jets are bringing in a quarterback. I don't know who it's going to be, and I don't care what Jeff says. I love you, Jeff. And he says this isn't the quarterback class to draft a quarterback. I disagree. There are quarterbacks that are going to show up in this draft, especially throughout the second half of this college season, where I expect him to really blow right off the papers. I expect him to, well, I don't want them to blow off the paper. You know what I mean. Blow outside of the papers.
Finishing up with...
You want to smoke a little joint. I don't know.
That's Kenny's department.
That's definitely a paper. The cornfields of green. That's what we'll say. The greenest cornfields. Good for you.
Java, just hope Kenny isn't walking around smoking a bunch of joints in your cornfields in Nebraska.
I'll tell you somebody that likes the cornfields. And
that'd probably be good corn.
Likes to smoke a doob, if you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm speaking. I'm not going to mention. I'm not getting in trouble here. He's hiding.
So Java, if you ever encounter any geese in your cornfields, it probably means Kenny was there.
He's doobing it. Doobie, doobie doo. Remember the penguin from the NHL? Remember that? Oh, you weren't. It was in the 90s. Java, you remember this. Remember the penguin during the playoffs? Yeah, the penguin, he'd show up all over the place. Doobie, doobie doo. He would be on the ice.
Yeah.
What? I forget what beer it was. It was something. People, fans out there.
I want to say it wasn't Labatt. It was.
Was it ice? Was it?
Yeah, it was something. I think it was it Ice House.
It was something. It was something with a Canadian beer.
Molson?
Was it Molson Ice? I'm not sure. Fans.
That's why I was like.
Those are the only two I know that are
Blue,
Canadian,
but-
Molson and
No, I
Labatt's,
don't think
yeah.
this ice. I don't think this beer's around anymore.
Oh.
I'm not sure. But if any of the fans have a chance to look that up, I'm going to tell you this, and I know Jabba has to give his spiel of what he thinks about this Jet team. It's pretty simple. This is a team that needs to figure out their identity. I think Aaron Glenn's trying to put it together, and it took the Lions about 2 years to figure that out. Yep. I expect it's going to take him 2 years to figure this out. I think Aaron Glenn is the right guy. I think he's the perfect fit for this team and where this team could go in the future if they plan to win a Super Bowl.
Before you go, Job, I just want to mention one more thing. You mentioned Tyrod Taylor, too. Tyrod Taylor is also a good mentor for young quarterback, too. Baker Mayfield, he was the backup for in Cleveland his first year, and Justin Herbert was the backup with the Chargers.
Yeah, no, we kind of touched on this a few weeks ago when you've seen teams and talking about the Jets that when they used to just give up. I think when we said Aaron Glenn was the right dude, and I think, that all started with the commitment, not only being a Jet, but, obviously wanting to win, build the Jets' legacy, and the respect that he earned from his teammates, that they wanted to be there to support him in week one. And just be there, and not only for him as a teammate, but as a coach, seeing and put them in the right direction, and to see that they've actually they don't roll over like we've seen before. And I think you're right with the 2 or 3 years when you finally get everything set and fully bought in. But he for what he is and the energy and that he's brought, that I feel like sometimes was lacking. And I think he's the right guy. And it's hard to be a Jets fan, as I've come to learn. Obviously, I'm not a Jets fan. So,
I was about to say,
see
you're a Jet fan?
Your guys' face. But
well, thank you, Joe.
Where you
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess I'm a third-party Jets fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's here to please. Jabba Chamberlain.
Yeah, because I kind of want to see you pissed off, but I kind of don't want you to be pissed off. So it's kind of a love-hate, I guess. But they're definitely not giving up. That's for sure. So I think it's a right direction. And when you talk about an ID of a team, you kind of got to play it out to see what it truly is. And I think they're just getting their foot in the door of kind of who fits with what, as far as a vocal leader, just a leader in the clubhouse, locker room, whatever you want to call it. And, guys that can take some initiative in that way. So they've got the pieces to do it from the top as far as the coaching staff. And, I think they're headed in the right
Suck
direction.
my Indo.
Carl says in the comment section, told you Fields isn't the answer. Fields played well in that game.
Fields just played pretty well.
Yeah,
if you have him on your fantasy team, he's pretty. I think he's in the top 10.
You're not mad about it.
He's a good fantasy quarterback. We all know he's a good fantasy.
He's not a bad quarterback. You make him out to be a bad quarterback.
He's kind of not a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's a bad quarterback.
And what makes Jackson Dart so great after his first game? Come on, you're a Giant fan. Hold on.
So here's the thing.
How is Jackson Dart better than Justin Fields? Because he
I never
did
said
exactly.
he was better than Justin Fields.
I'm just saying.
I said he played one game.
You said he played well. What made Jackson Dart play at least better than a guy like Justin Fields? You said he's kind of not a good quarterback. Well, I could say the same thing about Jackson Dart because he did the same thing.
And I would agree with you. I would say the same thing about Jackson Dart. He has potential to be a great quarterback. I don't know if Justin Fields does. Justin Fields might be who he is. He might just be a guy who's a one-read-and-go type of guy, and he's really good at creating with the run. He's a super athlete. That's good enough. Like, Jalen Hurts is better at reading, not significantly better at reading, but he's always been called a one-read guy. And that's why people were always against him becoming... You know what I mean? Like when he was in Alabama, the offense was so simplified.
I was worried about him at Alabama too, but once he got at Oklahoma, I knew he'd be good. I didn't think this good, but I thought he'd be better than that.
It's just like how the game is. It's the type of defenses that you play. If you have a defense that can contain the run on Fields, and you can with like the front four, so you don't have to blitz people, you just spy one linebacker or something similar to that kind of a scheme, and drop guys in the coverage. He's going to really struggle. And teams can solve Fields. The problem isn't Fields, though. The problem was the entire team not paying attention to details. And I attribute that to the head coach in his first year as a coach, not, who's a defensive guy. It's different when you're a head coach. You're the one that has to get them to pay attention to details. Bad teams have lots of penalties. Bad teams fumble the ball. That's the problem right now with the Jets. It's not Justin Fields. He's fine. He's not great. He's not terrible. The problem is they make lots of mistakes that good teams don't make. And look, we remember Dan Campbell in his first year. People said the same thing about him. They lost almost every game right away. Aaron Glenn was on that staff. You're having those similar growing pains with Glenn. I think Glenn will come around because he's getting them to, like you said, they're playing for him. They're not winning, but they're playing for him. He just isn't good enough currently at the details of the game as a head coach to get them to be banging on all three in all three phases on all cylinders. They're just not there yet, and he's not there yet as a head coach. It's going to take all season. I believe in him. I wasn't being so negative in the read that you did on the Jets. I just be realistic. They haven't won. They're not going to be a playoff team. 0-4 teams never.
Who said they were going to be a playoff team?
No, I'm just saying, like, the expectations for them. Look, it's 6 wins is the best you can do. It's probably going to be less than that.
They're not winning 6.
But that's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be less than that. So this is a team that's going to have a top 10 pick next year as well.
After losing that game, they're winning. As of right now, the way I look at the way the games are set up, they win 4 games at best. They're not winning. And I think Aaron Glenn knows that. Aaron Glenn didn't go into the season. On a good season, they win 8 games. On a bad season, they win 3 to 5. That's where the Jets are at right now. But this is a good roster. They have a lot of talented players on this roster that might fit this rotation of players that they could have in 2 or 3 years. But more than likely, they're not. And I'm telling you right now, Wilkes will not be the defensive coordinator for the New York Jets next year. You could book that, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever you want me to do. You want me to send you out?
Do you think they'll have a lot of turnover or no?
A lot of players. Because right now, Breece Hall's not coming back. Jermaine Johnson's not getting re-signed. I could say Elijah Vera-Tucker, unless he takes less, he's not coming back. Justin Fields will be back. Tyrod Taylor might take in a small extension to come back. But a lot of these players, the Jets could trade Tippmann.
Get down.
What happened there?
Yes!
Run!
Uh-oh.
Go, Jazz!
Go! Get home!
Done!
Yes! Jazz, don't hate on Jazz, my man. Jazz, oh my goodness.
Chisholm?
Play at the plate.
Oh,
Chisholm on all all them to take a 4-3 lead, baby.
Jism on ice, ladies and gentlemen. You see, this is Yankee fans. This is what the Yankee fans are doing. Here,
Let's
ladies
go.
and gentlemen, they're screaming for a nice little single and running around the place for this little skinny little snake bite of a man running around the bases. I call him snake bite because that's what he is.
You just say he's a snake bite of a man?
Snake bite of a man.
Tommy, clip that, please,
You like
before.
that?
For
Anyways,
us. That's fantastic.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, save your tears.
Mom, what's one thing that you can't talk to me about?
My sexual fantasies.
Say you're sorry.
It is not ideal, but if it's what me, it is not ideal, but if it is not ideal, but if it is what me. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. Lloyd, you
Guys, enough. And now, it's time for Save Your Tears.
I love Lisa Ann.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Save Your Tears. This is everybody's favorite tier-based daily fantasy contest. Everyone will make their own team. You have a $15 salary cap. We're using Yahoo Daily Fantasy, Weekly Fantasy Scoring, PPR. Winner gets long-winded, 51% genuine compliments next show from all the losers. Those are the stakes. Let's take a look at the board today.
Thumb up my ass.
Save Your Tears. So we're going to go with, we got Jalen Hurts is going to be the quarterback, $5 this week, followed by Dak Prescott at 4, Bo Nix at 3, Baker Mayfield at 2, and Justin Fields. Oh, you know what? I wasn't supposed to put Justin Fields because he's playing. Oh, no, never mind. I'm losing my mind.
Jets are playing Dallas.
Justin Fields for $1. I'm putting Justin Fields for $1 to bait people this week. I want to see who goes
Diarrhea down their leg. And
that's the move. Running back is stacked this week, gentlemen. We're putting, of course, the GOAT of the Eagles, Saquon Barkley, up there at $5. it's pretty even across the board. I couldn't even fit the 6 guys because I had to leave J.K. Dobbins off the list, who might even be worth being the $4 guy. Breece Hall, Bucky Irving at 3, Javonte Williams
like a
have
serial
really good year
killer
for Dallas, and Kenneth Walker III at $1. Wide receiver 1, we got JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba, followed by Cortland Sutton at 4, and Emeka Egbuka at 3, Devonta Smith
This makes
at 2,
my pecker hard.
Jalen Tolbert at $1. At wide receiver 2, Jets top receiver Garrett Wilson's 5, George Pickens now number 1 receiver with CeeDee Lamb out in Dallas's 4, A.J. Brown having a tough year on the struggle bus at $3, Chris Godwin making his return last week jumps in at 2, and Bo Nix's college buddy Troy Franklin at $1. At tight end, kind of not much going on over here. We got Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert at 5,
Smell my
Dallas
ass.
tight end Jake Ferguson at 4, Giants legend and now Broncos tight end
I want her
Evan
melons.
Ingram at 3, AJ Barner for 2, and Jets tight end rookie Mason Taylor
A lot of hot ladies.
$1. So let's go through it with
This
who's
is a grumpy
playing
old
tonight.
man.
We got Jarrett, Nathan, Speedy, myself, Jabba, Tommy Poops, and Errol into the matchup. Here we
I want to hit it.
Let's get, who do we want to hear from first?
I was the defending
How about
champ.
The defending, reigning, defending champion, Nithin Ramachandra. What do you got for us, Nith?
Hey guys, let's go Yankees first of all, and then
Are you done? Are you done packing? You leave tomorrow.
yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm almost done packing. I just had to pack a few.
I want her melons.
Jabba, he needed a special suitcase for his
Yeah,
blue
but-
blazer.
Yeah, I'm not bringing the blue blazer, but all right. But I got I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield. I'm gonna go with Baker Mayfield. I'm
I
gonna go with
need a blow pop.
I'm gonna go with Saquon Barkley.
Ass liquor.
Emeka Ajubuka. I can't
Doo-doo.
pronounce that name. I'm gonna do
Egbuka.
Yeah, Ibuka. I'm gonna do Chris Godwin,
Thumb up my ass.
and then I'm gonna do Jake Ferguson.
Jabba likes my shrimp cocktail.
Is that math right, Speedy?
Or is that over?
Who is the second running? Who is your running back?
He's got Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Emeka Egbuka, and Chris Godwin before
It's one
Titans.
over.
Yeah,
he's one
you're
over.
one over.
All right,
Can't
I'll
go
do-
Ferguson.
Okay, I'll do Mason Taylor.
All sucker.
All right. Mason Taylor.
One
All right,
son
so
of a
you, like I said, you got Baker, Saquon, Egbuka, Godwin, and Mason Taylor. Let's move on to our intern, Jarrett.
All right, I think mine are going to be pretty similar. I'm going to go Baker at $2, Saquon at $5. I'm going to go with Cortland Sutton and A.J. Brown as my receivers, and I'm also going to go with Mason Taylor as my tight end.
All right.
I don't
so
care.
I got you for Baker, Saquon, Sutton, A.J. Brown, Mason
Let's
Taylor.
not.
I'm not going to ask you to check our math degree interns' math
That's
on this
right.
one, Speedy. Can we clip Jarrett saying it's right? That's fantastic. I love that. All right. Let's move on to Tommy Poops.
All right, I'm going the $3 Bo Nix. Keeping it with $3. I'm going with Bucky Irving. Then I should be able to grab... Yeah, I can grab Sutton and Pickens, I believe, right? So I only have $1 left.
Bo Nix, you said Bucky Irving.
Bo Nix, Bucky Irving, Sutton, Pickens.
That's right. That's right.
$1 left, right?
So Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor, then. That's what we're going with.
Look at this. We got 3 Mason Taylor picks so far. All right. It is up to me now. Next. I literally haven't thought about it too much at all. I am probably going to go with Jalen Hurts for $5. And then I'm going to go with Javonte Williams for 2 at running back. Cortland Sutton. I agree with the consensus on him. So that gives me 4 left. All right. Do I really want to do that? That is a tough one. All right, you know what? I'm going to change Williams to Kenneth Walker. So Hurts, Kenneth Walker, Sutton. I'm going to go Troy Franklin. And I'm going to take Ferguson. I think they're going to throw it to him a lot this week without CD. All right, so mine is Hurts, Walker, Sutton, Franklin, and Ferguson. Moving on to Speedy PD.
All right, I'll go Dak, Bucky Irving, Egbuka, Franklin, Ferguson.
Egbuka, Franklin.
Speedy, you're a dick.
And Ferguson. All right, let's move on to Jabba.
I'm going to go Dak, Saquon, Devontae Smith. Oh, shoot. Who do I want to go here? That's $11.
Yeah, you got 4 left.
And then I'm going to go Tony Franklin for wide receiver 2, and then Evan Ingram for Tree.
I like that you made him Italian with the Tony. His name's Troy. Yep. But Franklin,
I want
and
Tony.
you went. I would take Tony Franklin as well. I like that. Mm-hmm. And Evan Ingram, who famously had no hands when he played for the Giants. Errol Marks, it is finally your turn, sir.
All right. So Jalen Hurts is playing who this week?
Broncos.
You know, I didn't. Yeah, it's the Eagles versus the Broncos. Mm-hmm. The Seahawks, I think, face the Bucks, and that leaves the Jets taking on the Cowboys.
All right, I got Prescott.
No faith in that vaunted defense, huh?
No. I'm going to... Who is the Buccaneers playing again?
Seahawks in Seattle.
Seahawks.
In Seattle?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go Bucky Irving. I'm going to go... Egbuka. How many do I have left?
10.
I have 10.
So you got 5 left.
You got 5 left.
All right. I'll go... I will go... I'm just trying to figure this out. Oh, wait a second. They're playing... The Eagles are playing the Broncos, right?
Don't speak too hard, Errol. You get lost over there, buddy.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way of going here. I'm going to go... I'll go George Pickens, and...
You have 1 left, then.
I will go... How much do I have left?
1 left.
1 left?
Yeah,
I'll
Mason
go
Taylor.
Mason Taylor.
All right, so I have you as Dak, Bucky, Egbuka, Pickens, and Mason Taylor. Let me show you the full slate here. In fact, I probably got to make it a little bigger because you can't really see it. But we're going to take a look at these, and we're going to calculate them, and on Monday we will go over it. Errol, you're not going to be here on Monday, so we'll let you know if you continue your reign in the FedEx Cup standings. For Save Your Tears!
I'm lost. Well, who's laughing? What's going on? Nathan, are you playing with yourself over there? What's going on? What's going on?
Nathan, why do we only see half of your face?
That's what I'm wondering.
He's looking at Lisa Ann with the rest of it.
Hey, Java. There you go.
We've been working together for how long, and you still pronounce my name wrong, you dick?
I heard that, Joba, yeah.
Yeah, he tried to sneak it in. Did you see? He covered it quick.
Well, why do you do that? Why do you do that, by the way?
Huh?
Why do you do that?
Do what?
Do that. Act like that.
Act like what?
Act like that.
What do you mean?
Oh, please. Are you lost? Are you here? Hello? What do you think? Are you here? Hello?
No, but
Nathan,
Anyway.
like center your.
I'm just trying to figure out if I could get Nathan to open up his mouth and say, "What are you talking about?" and then say something crazy. Anyways, the deuce of the day.
The deuce of the day.
You log. Not a log. I don't have a log, but I mean, you know.
My deuce of the day goes to the one and only Cleveland Browns. As today, within 24 hours, they announced before what? We're going into week 4 of the NFL season. What did they announce? Well, they announced something very, very interesting. They announced that Joe Flacco is no longer the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. And who is it? Who may it be? You can argue, oh, well, all the Shedeur Sanders fans, including Shedeur, thinks he should be the one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Dylan Gabriel. And the reason why I'm making this my deuce of my day, because somebody said something very, very interesting when this announcement came out. And that is Shedeur Sanders. Speedy, could you guess what Shedeur Sanders said?
That he should have been the starter.
Oh, boy.
And you're being disrespectful to me or something like that?
Fish, what do you think he said?
Well, it's more than even what he said. I don't know if you saw the second part of it. Or
I did.
He said, because he said it with his hands.
Yes.
The second part of it. But the first thing is he said that he's better than a bunch of starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
So you know what I say about that? I'll tell you what Rex Ryan said about it. Very interesting. He said about Shedeur Sanders, this kid talks and he runs his mouth like he said, I can be the starting quarterback. With his arms crossed like this actually is going to happen. Get your ass in front of the row and study and do all that if you plan to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's what Rex Ryan said. So I will tell you this. Shedeur Sanders is not gaining any brownie points right now. Not from Rex, not from any GM or coach that could be looking for a quarterback in the offseason. After this announcement, when you would go up to Dylan Gabriel and give him a congratulations, congratulating him for being drafted in front of him, being a Heisman Trophy candidate, and standing for one thing and one thing only, not going out there and throwing any of him or his teammates under the bus. You know what that smells? It smells like a lot of what, Speedy? Yes.
Doo-doo.
Doo-doo. That's what it smells like. And you know what he smells like?
Doo-doo.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So my deuce of the day goes to the one and only Shedeur Sanders, as not only does he smell, well, he looks like crap too. And it looks even bad when you have all these teams now looking for a quarterback in the offseason that could be filling in that slot. Might think Shedeur Sanders is anywhere close to a starting quarterback in this league. And what does he do? He throws his teammate under the bus.
Yes.
Somebody happened.
So does this make this the deuce of the day?
The deuce of the day. So, yeah, my deuce of the day goes to Shedeur Sanders and his just absolute ridiculousness. Looks like an idiot. Smells like an idiot. Yes, if it smells and looks like it, guess what? You are an idiot. Shedeur Sanders is a complete ass and made a complete ass of himself. And all I can say about that is...
Joba. Ass liquor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was my deuce of the day. And it smells. It smells a lot. And anytime I speak about Shedeur Sanders, it definitely reeks.
Yeah,
for
keep
a
speaking
huge
about
stench.
him. We're not going to break yet.
Yeah, well.
Yes, he did.
What? Yes, he did. What? Who? Ha? Who? Ha? He? Ha?
All right, check swing. Yeah, keep going. Keep talking about Shedeur. Some shit.
Shedeur.
It's working. The Shedeur talk's
Shedeur.
working right
Yeah,
now for
Shedeur.
Bednar.
Shedeur.
It's working for Bednar.
All right, so you want me to sing a song to Shedeur Sanders? I'll sing a song.
I would love to see you sing a song
I'll
to
sing
Shedeur
a Shedeur
Sanders.
Sanders. I don't know. Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done for me. Stand up, little girl.
Oh, shit.
Broken hearts that be that way. Well, it's true.
right.
It's true. What happened? Home run?
Warning track. Judge. Game over. Let's go. Going into tomorrow night.
All right. So you
Aaron Boone, we never doubted you.
What were you trying to give me a heart attack here? Do you see this, Mr. Mincy? I am losing my mind. I almost crapped my pants. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, he's not going to be crapping, but I'm sure he has his own thoughts to the Cowboys, the Jaguars, and the Broncos. The one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, or the man, the myth, and the producer himself. And yes, the face of the Mincy family. Yes, if you haven't checked out the reality show, you can go check it out on YouTube. We will be talking to the one and only former defensive end of the Broncos, Jaguars, and Cowboys, Jimmy Mincy. But first, our Sports Minute with Fish.
Blow my back out.
This is the Jabba and the Mouth Sports Minute.
All right, everybody. Aaron Fishman here with your Sports Minute. Going to go through a couple of stories before we get into the scores this evening. We were just talking about the Jets. Here's a little bit more we didn't get to. Multiple-time All-Pro Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner says referees are picking on him because the Jets are a losing team. Gardner was flagged for pass interference versus the Dolphins, his second PI penalty in the past 2 weeks, and said after the game that he was personally frustrated. Gardner continued, I watch football all the time, and I just feel like, I don't know if this is wrong to say, but I think I get called for more stuff just based off us not winning. I watch these winning programs, and there'd be some egregious things, and it don't get called. They're letting the players play. I just feel like, in general, even the Mike Evans penalty last week, I just feel like us not winning, it's what goes on if we don't win. I feel like we don't get the calls we should get, and we get the calls that we probably shouldn't get called for. Head coach Aaron Glenn said that they would be sending clips to the league for clarification on those penalties. Glenn said his team needed to earn those calls. Sauce leads the Jets with 4 penalties and tied for 5th in the league for most penalties following his 2024 campaign when he had 10 penalties against him. Perhaps Sauce needs my old motivational speech I used to give to my JV football players when they lost their minds at truly bad officiating. It goes, zebras are dumb animals. All they do is eat grass and get eaten by lions. They are going to make mistakes. Move on to the next play. Next play, Sauce. After threats to leave the franchise high and dry earlier this offseason, the Minnesota Wild ponied up on Tuesday to give star forward Kirill Kaprizov an NHL record 8-year, $136 million extension, keeping him in Minnesota for the long haul. Wild GM Bill Guerin, after the deal, told the media, we never wanted to entertain Kirill not being here. Kaprizov, 28, was excited to put the business part of professional sports behind him, as he was quoted, now it's all done and we just start playing and we don't think about this. Kaprizov played in only 41 games last season before a midseason injury, but was a plus 19 with 25 goals and 39 assists, averaging over 1.5 points per game. Many in hockey believe that this contract is the first domino to fall, as the free agent market will now be reset with this contract, as stars Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, and Artemi Panarin are in contract years looking for their own new deals. Guys, we are streaming live on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube on our Job in the Mouth handle, on Facebook under the Worldwide Sports Radio Network handle, and on Twitter under our host handle, @ErrolMarks34. Keep downloading on Apple Podcasts and watch us both there and on Spotify. Now in video. Make sure to like and subscribe to all our shorts, reels, TikToks, and longer videos that you see from us throughout the week. Now back to Errol, Jabba, and Speedy for our guest on Jabba and the Mouth.
Any questions?
What is this? We're back. This is the Jabba and the Mouth Show.
Joba is not an athlete. Scoop sits on the shitter. Athlete, my rear end is burning.
631 672 3108 is the number to call. You're listening to Jabba and the Mouth. I'm the one and only Errol Marks, Mr. Mouth, the flamethrower himself, Jabba Chamberlain, the speedster, Speedy Petey. Go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. Check out all our shows throughout the week, including Jabba and the Mouth every single Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. All you have to do to tune in and check out our local listings for all our shows is go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. Before we get our guest in, Jabba in the Mouth is brought to you by Omaha Steaks. And ladies and gentlemen, they're giving 10% off all orders if you're a Jabba and the Mouth fan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you find it. Just go to Omaha Steaks by going to www.omahasteaks.com. And all you got to do is add the / Jabba in the Mouth and click it. You get 10% off if you do so on any items or all the items you buy. You love your steak, you love your meat. Well, you'll be packing for Omaha Steaks. And ladies and gentlemen, if you go to worldwidesportsradio.com and click Omaha Steaks logo, you can get the very Same deal by going to the Omaha Steaks link, Jabba and the Mouth. And this guy loves his meat. We love him. Finally got him on the show. We got to get a smile from this guy. This guy's got a smile because that smile brightens up the room. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now talking to former Jaguars. Hopefully he was still on this team. Broncos. He could be used on this team. And Cowboys definitely could be used on that team. Defensive end, Jeremy Mincy. Jeremy, what's up, buddy?
What's happening? What's happening, fellas?
Well, you look good, man. I like the beard. You're styling and profiling, as Ric Flair always says. You know, could you show me that? Could you do the dance? Could you do that like the scissor walk? Could you do that? Could you?
I ain't any good at that.
You're not good at that. All right.
Yeah, I'll get his son to do it.
Well, I don't want you to dance if it's gonna hurt, man. I mean, I'm hurting right now. I've been dealing with my own stuff. Oh, you're a bushwhacker. He's a bushwhacker. He's a bushwhacker. Would you be Butch or Luke? Who would you be? Luke or Butch?
Butch.
Oh,
Butch.
Oh, you're a ball guy. He like licks. Well, actually, Luke. Is it? No, Butch. Butch is the one that licks Luke.
But
Yes. Butch is the leader of Luke. Luke barely speaks. He goes, yeah. He's got no teeth. He's got nothing. Anyway, speaking of no teeth, well, I'm about to pull my teeth out of my head. I'm a Jet fan, as you can see right here. You know that. Not very happy. But there is a team out there for years. You could pull a lot of things, including teeth. This team could never get out of their own way, and that is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I wanted to go here, and I wanted to come here because I think it was you. I think very, very heartedly that you told me that Travis Hunter was going to be a good player in this league. Did you not tell me that? You did.
Absolutely.
You did. And I told you, and I remember that I told you that Travis Hunter, if he played corner, he would not have an interception all season long, and that in 7 years, if he even lasts that long, his name and his number will be out and about, not in an NFL stadium by then. Do you remember me telling you that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're here. We're 4 games in. Travis Hunter has 118 yards, 10 grabs, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Looks like a gremlin. Probably going to star in Gremlin Street. By the way, they're remaking Gremlins, so he could be the lead role in that movie. Definitely fits the evil. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if he's evil or not. But what are your thoughts to the Jacksonville Jaguars and your very own Travis Hunter?
I think Travis Hunter is doing a great job. I mean, he playing within the system, and the system they running is working. Jacksonville is really a pass deflection away from being undefeated.
So wait a second. So because they're they're what, 3-1 right now?
3-1.
And they're in a horrible division. We all know how bad that division is. It's a bad one. Houston looks like a shell of themselves. Indianapolis looks like they're a team because of Danny Dimes. And you think because of, and I respect your opinion because you're an ex-football player, and I respect that, what you see. But you're going to honestly sell all our fans that this guy is playing within the system and he's a good player. Please, Jeremy, don't or do sell me. Is this true?
I mean, he is. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. He playing really well on defense. You got to look at how this offensive ran too. So it's not gonna be what everybody think right now. You know what I mean? The levee will break eventually because he's a great athlete, man. I mean, he definitely is a generational talent. If they use him right, then things, it might be a nice long career for him.
So moving on to the...
I want to throw up.
Yes.
I want to throw up.
So moving on to...
Hey, listen, guys, I got to speak
I
real
love
now.
you. Listen, speak, my friend. Speak whatever you want. I'm just sour right now. I'm sour. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I thought you had my back.
I got your back, but I got to tell the fact. You know what I'm saying?
So I want to go to the offensive side of the ball. We've seen some kind of shaky play so far from Trevor Lawrence as well, kind of overthrowing some passes. Brian Thomas hasn't gotten off to the hot start he had his last season. Liam Cohen, I think schematically speaking, does look pretty good. I think he's play calling wise has been decent. But are you concerned with either one of those two guys struggling in the offense this year?
Not at all. Listen, let me tell y'all something. The NFL is very hard to win a game. I don't care what team it is, because it's all grown men coming. Whoever make their mind up to win that game that day and come together, they'll win. So each win is very hard. The good thing about what the Jaguars have going is the confidence level they have and the ground game they've been, utilizing. And ETN has been playing his ass off, and the offensive line has been blocking really well. I mean, Jacksonville might be a team that people better. I think in the next 4 or 5 games, if they continue to do what they're doing, they might have to be a team y'all got to get your eyes on, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in the division, whatever. Do you think there's one side of the ball that's going to deter them from making that next step from good to? I wouldn't say. I don't know if I'd go as far as to be great, but I mean, they've shown signs of it. Do you think there's one side of the ball that they're better on, or they're lacking that ain't going to get them there?
I think they're kind of balanced right now, and that they're trying to find their identity. I think y'all will see a lot more of Travis here moving forward as they find different ways to use him in the offense and get some mismatches and things of that nature. But they playing really well, man. How could y'all hate the Jaguars?
We have no problem with the Jaguars.
Hey, you got one person, dog. Like he's the one to be killing them.
We support the Jaguars. We actually, Foye Oluokun has actually been a guest on our show a few times, too. He's playing very well at the linebacker position, their defensive captain.
They're just going to be a sleeper team, man. We just got to sit back and watch.
First of all, I do not hate the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't like Travis Hunter. I was at the Heisman Trophy dinner. I was there. To me, the Heisman Trophy just gave it to him because Deion Sanders told him, listen, here's some money. I'm going to slip it under the rug. Give it to him. Ashton Genty, to me, was the Heisman Trophy winner.
No. Listen, no. When it comes to that, I totally agree. I just told my wife the other day.
High five.
Yeah, I felt like the season Genty had was more than worthy to win, and I do feel like Travis had a little more hype than Genty to win it. But, I mean, history is history. It happened, and we got to live with it. Some of us know Genty was supposed to win that. But for now, let's just hope Travis grow into what he need to become.
First of all, Deion Sanders came out and said that Travis Hunter's a better player than he ever was at his age, which is a crock. There's no way he's anywhere close to Deion Sanders. When Deion Sanders came out, when the bright lights hit Deion Sanders, I think he was like a lightning bolt that just shot right out of the turf or the grass, whatever he was playing on in Atlanta. To me, everything about Deion Sanders was prime time. When I look at Travis Hunter, I look at afternoon dinner. Please let me finish it. I don't want to watch it. Okay? That's just me. I'm not a Travis Hunter fan. I know a lot of people love the kid. I think they think he's sensational. He's a two-dimensional, two-way player. I could say the same thing about Deion Sanders when he played as a wide receiver with San Francisco, if anybody, or the Cowboys. I remember when he jumped from one team to another, he was playing defense and offense. I think legitimately, Darrelle Revis could have done the same thing if he really wanted to. To sit here and say that Travis Hunter is anywhere close to those two guys, you can argue the two best corners to ever play the game and say, oh, this guy is a generational type of talent. Do you remember Trevor Lawrence? Did we not hear that Trevor Lawrence at one point was a generational type of talent? Remember that, Jeremy? The same team. Remember that guy, Mr. Green Eggs and Ham? I see them dancing, the dirty dancing in the commercials. Give me a break. If I want to dance to Patrick Swayze and Nobody Sits Baby in the Corner, I'll watch that movie. I do not want to watch Travis Hunter and Mr. Lawrence sit in a golf club or a golf cart and dance around and prance around like there's some prima donna. I don't want to see it. I don't care. But by the way, we are talking to former Jaguars, Broncos, and Cowboys defensive end Jeremy Mincy. We love him. He's been on our show before. Happy to have him on again. Anyways, Jeremy, I want to go back to very far. Well, it wasn't far, but I remember there was a team that you played for that was pretty damn good, and that was the Denver Broncos. That was a pretty good team. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you were a part of that Super Bowl run. Am I wrong about that? Were you?
No, I was. Correct, I was.
Yeah, I remember. And I remember the defense that you had. Now, going into this season, everybody said this defense is by far the best defense in the NFL with the acquisitions they made. It's not even close. And over the last 3 weeks, I've seen a lot of mistakes. We all know what Patrick Surtain is, Defensive Player of the Year, best corner in the league. I don't think you can argue that right now. He is. Shut down we've seen since Darrelle Revis in primetime, I would say. What do you think has been the problem for the Broncos in the first 3 weeks or 4 weeks of the season?
I mean, when you make so many acquisitions like that, you have to be modest with it. Sometimes teams add so much, and it's hard to figure out exactly what to do with them. It's like having 20 pair of fresh shoes that all match this outfit, and you can't pick the one to wear and feature. So that's what happens. That's what's actually going on my son's on my son's football team. Sometimes too much talent ain't always a good thing. You got to have those leaders and those guys, those lunch pail guys in the locker room. I would rather have more of those guys and then those superior players, built around the lunch pail guys built around the superior players in order to make something special for that team.
So one guy that definitely has a lot of talent that the Cowboys traded in the offseason, Micah Parsons. Obviously, a lot of people were criticizing Jerry Jones for it. You dealt with Jerry Jones, obviously playing the end of your career there. Do you have any face-to-face interactions with Jerry Jones when you were there, and what are your thoughts on the way they handled it with the Parsons saga?
Oh, yeah, man. I love Jerry. I mean, I didn't like his son.
Which one?
I love Jerry Stevens. I didn't like that guy. Sorry, I rock with you, Steve, but I ain't like you at the time, man. But anyway, yeah, Jerry's a great man, great dude. I'm sure he was trying to find some kind of way to, negotiate and make it fair for both sides to where it made sense. And that's just the business part of football. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. And Micah did a good job of moving on to where he needed, and Jerry did a good job of putting himself in position to continue to build his team.
Yeah, when you get in those positions, you sign a free agent deal, and I think a lot of people don't understand what goes into that, especially if you got families and whatever. And in those talks, can you give people a little bit of insight, as it goes, what your thought process is? Because obviously with Micah, there's maybe some front office stuff. Maybe it's hey, my wife, my kids, they don't want to be here. They want to go somewhere else. So give a little insight to everybody on kind of that process. And sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. And you look at it from a financial perspective, because some places don't have state tax, some do. And so it all plays a part in all of that.
I mean, I think Micah is a true baller, football player. He loves the game, and I think Dallas was just a place where he had too many distractions, and the team was not playing up to his, peak potential at the time. I think if he was on the team this year, the way Dak playing, oh my God! But sometimes, like I say, that's how the cookie crumble with great players like that. And at the end of the day, it's all about the money. And if they're going to give you this more odd millions of dollars, I think you should go.
Well, if you have some cookies with milk, I want some. I mean, I like my chocolate chip cooks. I also like oatmeal cookies. Those are good, but not with milk. I can never eat oatmeal cooks with milk. I don't like it. But anything with chocolate chips is my thing. Have you ever tried this? I want you guys to try this. When you are cooking cookies, chocolate chip cookies, you take a nice big cup of milk, and then you cut the cookies, and you stick it in your milk, and you let it sit. You let it sit to the bottom of your milk. Let it sit. Give it about 5 minutes, and then you start drinking your milk all the way to the bottom. I'm telling you, it's delicious, guys. If you like cookies, chocolate chip cookies, fresh chocolate chip cookies, Jabba, I know you're
That's
probably...
Is that like a bootleg chocolate milk?
No, I don't like chocolate milk. I don't like chocolate milk.
But you're putting chocolate chips in milk.
It's
dog.
different, but it's different. It has a different taste now. Chocolate milk is not, to me, it's not really chocolate.
You bite string cheese, so you
I
don't
do. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with biting
all
string
them
cheese?
Them cookies gonna turn you into Jabba the Hutt.
It could be. It could be. I mean, Jabba lost about 35 pounds. I've lost about 30. And the only hut he's going to be cooking is the chocolate chips I'm eating. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, Jeremy, on a side note, Jabba, the second time we had him on the show, mentioned he actually never saw Star Wars.
That's true. He's never seen Star Wars.
Never seen Star Wars?
Never seen Star Wars.
No, and Errol,
Yes.
Errol and I made a bet, and I was like, man, you know what? Obviously, I was fat and wore glasses. You really think I'd watch Star Wars just terrorize myself?
Terrorize?
But no, he didn't tell me the order to go in, and then finally I was like, hey, man, I gave it an effort, and it just wasn't for me. And he goes, watch it, like, try to do it in this order, because it's like this will be. And I tried, man. It wasn't for me.
He's not into fantasy.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it.
The only fantasy...
No.
The only fantasy he likes to watch. No, I'm not even going to mention it. Anyways, we are talking to former Jaguars, Broncos, and Cowboys defensive end Jeremy Mincy. You were talking about the Cowboys, and you mentioned Micah Parsons. Speedy brought him up, and this guy's making a lot of money. He's making $48 million. Besides quarterbacks, he's the highest paid player, not a quarterback in the NFL. And there's a lot of questions to bringing in a guy like Micah Parsons. One, the Green Bay Packers bringing him in, they're all in. They're all in to win a Super Bowl now. You spent that kind of money to bring a guy like that in almost, a week and a half before the season started. You made the trade. Jerry waited, and I think Jerry screwed really the development, especially understanding the offense and the defense on that side of the ball for the Green Bay Packers and Micah Parsons. It has screwed him. My question to you, Jeremy, you look at Micah Parsons and what he has done over the years with the Cowboys. You look at what he has done in the playoffs. It's not been good. In the big parts, in the big games, this guy does not show up. Look, and I'll say it again, last Sunday night against his former team in Dallas, did he show up against a young offensive line that he knows just as much as anybody knows about? Come on. He knows that offensive line. He practices against that offensive line for the last 3 seasons. Yeah, there's some new players, but practically the same offensive line, and all you can give is pretty much a hand-me-down sack at the end of the game. That's what you got. You did not play well. He was not good, and nobody's going to sell me that, Cowboy fans. The guy, and I'm going to tell you this right now, and I want to know your opinion. What the Cowboys got for him in Clark and 2 first-round draft picks, I believe that the Cowboys are going to win this trade one way or another because they free out money next year where they can bring in Trey Hendrickson and maybe somebody else, and you get 2 first-round draft picks and 2 first-round draft picks next year. You can develop and redevelop and build your whole defensive line in just 2 years. Your thoughts? Micah Parsons, a slap shot away from, to me, an absolute catastrophe for the Lambeau Field Packers, or do you think that he is absolutely going to give him that boost that's going to win him a Super Bowl? Because I think the Eagles are the best team right now still in the NFL.
I think 2 things could be true at once. I think Micah is going to, get acclimated into that system and create more damage. And the other truth is Jerry won the trade. I mean, like the things the Cowboys going to be able to add with what they already got. And this year is one of those years. This year reminds me of my 2014 year with the Cowboys. We went deep in the playoffs. These guys are trying to have something to prove. See, it's the no-name guys that's going to drive this team to where it needs to go because they all have something to prove. And that's a scary team when you got a quarterback hitting on all cylinders, just like Tony Romo was doing in 2014. Dak is doing the same thing. Then you got a few stars on the defense, but a bunch of lunch pail guys who trying to make a name for themselves. So this is going to be a very interesting season.
And I want to say something. I've been a Dak Prescott supporter. He's one of my favorite players. Him and Baker, my favorite players. I know all
I
about.
love Baker.
I love them both. I love them both. Dak Prescott, I think deserves a little bit more credit than people give him. And
Yes, he does.
And watching what he has done so far early this season has been utter remarkable. Really remarkable what he is doing right now. Well, your thoughts to Dak Prescott and what we have seen. And by the way, by the time he's done with his career, he's going to have better numbers than Troy Aikman. He already has better numbers than Tony Romo and Roger Staubach. I'm going to tell you this right now. By the time he's done with his career, Super Bowl or not, the best numbers in Cowboys history for quarterbacks, greatness of quarterbacks, you're looking at him. Dak Prescott. Your thoughts?
Yes. Put some respect on his name, man. Put some respect on Dak Prescott's name, man. He is playing phenomenal right now. The reads he's making, the instinct he's playing with, the grit, the leadership. I mean, he hitting on all cylinders now. I think he's over those the expectation bug. I think that's long gone. I think Dak is like, I'm coming out, and I want y'all to know who I truly am.
So moving on to another team that is trying to prove themselves in a way is your Florida Gators. Obviously, Billy Napier, he's going to be in hot seat rumors for a while, like he was
Get
last
rid of
year.
him.
Like he was last year, too. Obviously, they had the big second-half turnaround. DJ Lagway, they finally started to play. Looks like he could be a promising quarterback, but still kind of raw. What are your thoughts to the Gators right now in the state they're in a pretty loaded SEC?
I mean, I kind of think Lagway came back a little bit too early. You know how you can smile and be have no confidence while you're doing it, and that's kind of what Lagway did. I think that team is a lot better than what they're showing. I just think they gotta find a way to gel before it hit mid-season and see what you got and get prepared for next year. Hopefully.
I got some buddies that are Gators fans. Would you put going to a Gators game in the top 5 of college football games?
Top 5, man. There ain't nothing like the Swamp. I played a lot of places. I never got a chance to play at Ohio State Stadium.
What about Nebraska? You ain't play there either.
I haven't played in Nebraska Stadium either. But outside of that, I don't see nothing rocking with the Gators, man. I mean, the ground shakes. I mean, it's like a big speaker in there, man. It's crazy.
Do butt shakes? I mean, then I'm going. If I'm watching butt shake all over, I'm there.
Butt shake,
booties,
titty shake,
booties. There you
titty
go.
shake,
There we
ass
go.
shake, eyes, head, ears. You walk in the middle of that
shake.
field.
Yeah.
After Mr. Two-Bit, come on, man, come on.
I could use some
Green pie.
as I always say. Anyways, we are talking to former Jaguars, Broncos, and Cowboys defensive end, Jeremy Menzi. Jeremy, before we let you go, I mean, the last time we had you on the show, we were speaking about the YouTube family reality show that you had. Okay? And I checked it out. You, my friend, are an interesting cat. Your family are interesting people. Your daughters are great athletes, by the way. Very, very good. So tell us a little bit of how this got drawn up, and do you plan to continue moving forward with this reality thing?
I think like what I'm doing is kind of, per year, I'm gonna drop like 3-episode series and just let it pile up over time so people can witness like the progressions of these kids growing. Man, my kids work so hard, man. I mean, we started in the backyard where both my daughters couldn't dribble at all. Now they all stars, and my son never even played quarterback until this year. He was a running back last year, defensive end, and I trained him at quarterback this year. He's done a really outstanding job for this to be a new thing to him. So, I'm just showing people that if you could get out and spend that time with these kids, then you can mold and shape them how you want to shape. But you got to make sure they have a love for what they're doing, and just give them the platform that they deserve. We living in the NIL era anyway, so you got to get these kids out, fast as possible.
Let me ask you a question. If you wanted to adopt somebody, would you adopt our friend Nathan? I mean, he needs an adopted family. I mean, he's right there by himself in a little square box. I mean, in some people's minds, he's a little, cute, Indian boy. Would you adopt this kid? I mean, would you actually adopt this wonderful kid, our PR guy, such a great personality? Would you adopt him?
Absolutely. If I get a stipend to pay for him, I'll take him in.
All right. So when you get a chance to check out this outfit, okay, you tell me if you would adopt him now. Okay, I'm going to show you an outfit that this man wears strategically every time he goes to an event, and it sticks out like a very sore thumb. All right. So get ready for it. It doesn't make any sense. The color format. That putting 2 and 2 together, you're going to be like, I don't get this. So, are you ready? Are you ready to check this out? Because
I'm ready.
This is interesting. You ready, Fish? Are we going to get this thing up? I want you to check this really ugly connection of clothes. Here we go. And a 5 and a 6. Something might be wrong. Anyways. I don't think we're going to get a chance to show you, but
I'll send it to you.
He'll send it to you. I threw a curveball.
It's rough. It's rough.
I threw a curveball. I wanted to see if something on the other side was going to pop up, but we usually have it up. It usually pops up for Tic Tac No because it's right there. But it's a blazer. He wears this blue blazer. It's a really there it is right there. I mean, look at that.
DJ Khaled.
I mean, Khaled.
That's a serious fit, Mincy. That's not being funny. That's like a serious fit.
Oh, it's low key fly, man. Hey, for real.
Who wears army pants with a blue? By the way, that blue blazer he's been wearing since the day I met him. It's got to be about 9 or 10 years old. This man still wears it. Now, I told this guy when he goes and he does all these, because he's an NR guy and he has his own company. I told him he does our PR work. He goes to all these events, have all these athletes sign it until it completely falls out, and then you put it in a plaque. You put it on a nice frame, and you have something to brag about. No, this guy will not do that. He will not put this blazer, in retirement. It's already in the Hall of Fame. It's definitely not, it might be in my Hall of Shame with the way he dresses, but I love him. I love Nathan. He's a great personality, as I give him so many compliments. What are your thoughts? Grade it from 1 to 10. What would you grade that look?
I mean,
honestly, be honest.
I'll give it an 8.5. It's kind of drippy. It's weird, but it's a little drippy.
Wow.
All right, hold on. Nathan wants to come in.
All right.
What up?
Oh.
Hey, bro, you dripping, baby.
Thank you, man. How you doing, man? How you been?
Hey, man, taking it easy, my boy.
Yeah. I actually so we do a lot of PR work with so I manage most of the athletes in different sports. So we do a lot of events for athletes in different.
Joba is not an athlete.
In different venues, so we do a lot of autograph signings. We do a lot of camps, and so I manage all 500 athletes in different sports.
I love Lisa Ann.
And I do a lot of PR work for this show here. So.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and I know some of your former teammates, some of the Cowboys. I'm good friends with Barry Church, Isaiah.
Oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Anthony Spencer, Isaiah Sandback. I know most of those players. So.
And you have to be careful because Nathan will do this to you.
Joba, smack my ass.
He might ask you to smack.
just be cautious with just be cautious with any. He likes to put people on leashes too.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, this is a creepy story. By the way,
Jeremy, don't listen to
So, Jeremy, before we let you go, you're gonna like this one because this is one of the weirdest stories I've ever heard anybody tell us. This man, I said, what would be the craziest thing you would do when it comes to hanging out with a woman? And he told me, well, women need to be controlled. And I said, what do you mean by controlled? And he says, well, what I would do.
Mincy, by the way, he's single.
Yeah. So what he said was,
I got multiple girls.
So what he said, Jeremy, he's dripping all right. I mean, everybody dripping will probably run when they see something like this. This man, there he is, Mr. Ladies Man. So this guy actually told us on this show that if he had the opportunity to put a collar on a woman and take her out for a stroll, and I say, what do you mean? If I put her on
I'm putting you on a leash now.
Put her on a leash, it would be fun. So your thoughts to putting your or any woman on a leash, what do you think a woman would do to you?
I'll probably slap the piss out you. But listen, if she want to walk the dog, baby.
A lot of hot ladies. I gotta go back off now. Do you want to jerk me off?
But you gotta think about it. If she allowed him to put a leash on her, right, and she say walk me, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You gotta walk there. You gotta walk her ass.
You gotta walk her, man.
Could you imagine watching a 5'6" Indian man walking a woman with a leash who's probably taller than he is?
Nathan, you're taller than 5'6", right?
I'm tall. By the way, my goal is to meet Kevin Hart and see who's taller than me or Kevin Hart. I think I'm taller than Kevin Hart.
How tall are you?
Oh, you are hella short.
Yeah, he's small.
No, Kevin Hart's 5'4", thing. I'm 5'6".
He's 5'6". He's definitely 5'6".
Jeremy, just picture the news headline: "Man puts Kevin Hart on leash, but he's taller than him."
Oh my gosh, both of my daughters will dunk on you, man.
Breaking news.
5'10".
Yum yum. Breaking news.
They play college football, college basketball.
No. My daughter, a freshman at Buford High here in Georgia.
Oh, cool, nice.
Well, just before I'm going to let you go right now, but Niffin wants to give you one take that you'll never forget, and this is going to make this guy a legend. You guys ready? Here it is.
Glory hole.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. We love you.
Oh my God.
We love
Man,
you.
these y'all boys crazy.
Keep up the good work. Jeremy Mincy, ladies and gentlemen. Former Jaguars, Broncos, and Cowboys.
Peace. Hey, NR, I'll be in touch, man.
Absolutely.
We'll get you. We'll do a event something, or we'll do an event or something. Or
spit it out, shit.
Let me tell you something.
Damn.
All right, fam. Y'all be good, man.
I knew Jeremy was going to add a little comedy to that. Anyway,
what time's your flight, Nathan?
In the afternoon. I'm going to DC in the afternoon tomorrow, and then DC to Cape Town.
Busy all day today.
Not wrong.
Oh, not wrong.
Oh my God.
Niffin, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the NR Hour himself,
the legend,
our PR guy, the legend, as we call him.
Breaking news. I am a legend.
He's a legend, all right.
Yum yum.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we call this Fish's Play of the Week.
This is what's great about sports. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Fish's Play of the Week.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the new segment, Fish's Play of the Week. We've done one every week of the NFL season. I've got the Play of the Week for you from Week 4. And there's only one play that it could be. Errol, I bet I haven't even told you what I'm doing, but I guarantee you know what this is if you watched your second favorite team play
the Eagles.
A little bit of football. So this play was something that I said before the season I expected the Eagles to do something like at some point this year. This is the fake tush push. And Saquon Barkley scores the easiest touchdown in his entire career, probably dating back to Pop Warner football. Take a look. This is just regular tush push formation. You got Goddard and Saquon behind Jalen Hurts. That's like three guys that can squat literally 2,000 pounds combined. and you're just pushing it. So what does the defense do? They're going to send all the defensive tackles to shoot on the ground, and the only guy that has contained is the right end who's not going to shoot. That's not enough people if the Eagles do this. Outside zone run, reverse handoff. That's literally the easiest touchdown in the history of football. Literally just took the two guys on the left side of the line to block. The tight end becomes the lead blocker. Literally, I could have scored that myself, and I'm fat and slow and never have been a running back. There's a guarantee that this is one of the great play calls of the season, and I don't think they're done with fakes off of the tush push. That's why this one, Saquon's easiest touchdown in his career, is Fish's Play of the Week.
Well, it's a play of something. I will say that. I love the Eagles, and I think
is Nathan playing with himself?
Yeah, we're gonna have Nathan come back.
You know what? You know what's
yeah,
interesting?
we don't know what's going on there.
It looks like a rape video. That's what it looks like. It really does. I mean, look at him. He pops right in. There it is. Pop in again. Disappear. Just go in and go out. Pop in the window. It's just a blink back and nothing there for Nathan. Nathan, you know what I got to do? I got to send you a green screen. I think it'll work for you. What do you think? You think I should send him a green screen? Ladies and gentlemen, I think I need to.
Does he have anything in his walls?
I have no idea. I mean, that's what I said. It's like
one of those surveillance cameras at his house, Java.
It's when you don't want. It's like when you don't want anybody to know where you are, where you're living in that particular place. You're like in a black hole of nothing. That's where Nathan lives.
I was working so hard on making these graphics. My power went out. The whole development lost power in the middle of it. Yeah, but here's the unicorn where no one's putting him in the corner like baby whatsoever. This one is hilarious.
Yeah, it seems like could you imagine like Nathan and Speedy, doing that last dance of the end of Dirty Dancing, the movie, and Speedy runs into Nathan's hand and he holds him up in the air. We got to get something like that. That'd be cool. That'd be funny.
I would run into his hands and then I'd just be caught.
I would say that would be definitely funny. I mean, seriously, and have Nathan
he just brings out his leash after that.
Well, he's got to wear. No, he's got to wear. You have to wear his coat. You have to wear his blazer.
Is that it?
So it's flapping, like he's putting his wings on you, that you're flying in the air. That'll be cool. I don't know. To me. By the way, Jeremy Mincy was fantastic. Yes. We had him laughing. That's always good. And the Yankees win. I mean, who's better and who's on top of the world right now here in New York? I mean, at least we could be happy for one night because tomorrow night could be the last time we see the New York Yankees for the rest of the season.
All right, easy on the negativity,
guy. I'm just pushing. You know what I really want?
The day's not even over.
I know, but here's the thing. I got to bet with Keith, and I want to win. I want to win, Yeah. And first of all, they got to go to the ALCS, so they got another round to win before that happens.
I had them losing this series, but I think if they beat the Red Sox, they're going to beat the Blue Jays, too.
I don't know. Do they match up against the Blue Jays if they win?
Yep.
I don't know. Again, the Blue Jays don't have the pitching the Yankees have, and I think the Red Sox.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's next week.
I'm just saying, if it ever happens. I mean, Crochet, if somehow Garrett Crochet gets out of this round and the Red Sox match up against the Blue Jays too.
Yep, and I think the Red Sox will win that too.
You're going to see Crochet at least 3 times. You're going to see him at least 3 times. So.
You get ready for that. If you're going to win this, your guy has to pitch 7 times.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of dark. I'm dark in, or dark out, or dark in many different sideways. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we call this segment Speedy's Six Pack.
Let's have a sixer.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
It's time for the Speedy Six Pack of the Week.
Duh.
All right, Speedy, start off your 6-pack for Week 5 of the NFL season. Buddy.
All right, so Wes was supposed to come in. I guess we're still waiting on him. Johnny did send some picks over as well. But we'll start with We'll start with the aforementioned
Pain.
Philadelphia Eagles. They are at home against the Denver Broncos. They are 4.5-point favorites. I'll start it off with, I think the Eagles do win this game tight, but I do think Denver does cover the spread. Like Errol was saying before, the secondary still has played well for the Broncos, even though the front seven hasn't played great. So I think Saquon has a good game, but the Broncos do cover, so I'll take them. Eagles win, Broncos cover.
I'm going. So what was the spread?
4.5.
Who's the home team?
Eagles.
4.5 only. That's interesting. I'm going to go with the Eagles covering on that one.
Do you have the point system? Who's in first? Do you even know?
It's you and Jabba are tied right now at 7.
Okay.
Jabba the coin.
All right. I remember heads is always home, tails visitors. Tails.
So you got the Broncos.
Yep.
Broncos for Jabba.
See, I've had the coin flip, and I'm in first place, baby.
Bam. Wait a
Not
second.
half bad.
You started that
I know.
just recently.
I see.
so.
And he got Chaz to do it.
Yeah, that should be a bonus point. Or a minus point. I don't know.
What do you got, Errol?
You're up, Errol.
Oh, it's my turn? I thought
Yeah.
Speedy. Did you pick?
Yeah, I went first.
Fish, did
Yeah,
you
he
pick?
goes first.
Who'd you
Yeah.
go? Who'd you go with?
I went with the Eagles.
Yeah. It's funny. I wanted to go Broncos because I want to beat Jabba this week. So I'm going to go Eagles. I think the Broncos can win this game, actually. The Eagles have been flying high for the last couple of weeks. I could see them hit a wall right here, and the Broncos with the defense shut them down. But I'm going to go Eagles. I think it'll be close. Broncos could win this game. I think the Broncos might win the game, but I'm going to go Eagles.
All right, we'll go to the Commanders at the Chargers. The Chargers are 2.5-point favorites at home. Jaden Daniels returning for Washington. I think Washington's defense, they were up and down last week against Atlanta, but I think they've been mostly good so far this year, and I think this is going to be a tougher matchup for the Chargers now, having both tackles probably out. So I'm going to take Washington in this one.
What's the word on Daniels?
He's going to play.
That's good for my fantasy team, thank God. If he's going to play, I saw what that Washington defense did to the Giants line. I have a feeling it's going to be way worse for the Chargers. I'm going to go with Washington in this game.
All
What's
right, who
the
we got
point
for
say,
home
Jabba?
team? Who's the home team?
Chargers are home.
Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers. I think the Chargers win. I can't see the back-to-back games losing. And Joel probably... Is he playing?
Yeah,
I already might.
No, he's out. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks. They're not putting him on
Really?
the IR just yet.
Because I
They're
thought
gonna
he
see
might
if he can come
play.
back.
I guess I would.
High ankle for a tackle. It's going to be a couple of weeks.
All right, I'm still going Chargers. Chargers win.
All right, by the way, Johnny couldn't make it. He's going to try to, but he did send his picks as well. He actually went with the Chargers as well, and he went with the Broncos to cover the spread as well.
Pain!
All right, let's go to a pretty big spread. We're going to go to the Lions at the Bengals. The Lions are favored on the road by 9.5. I am going to actually take this one, even though I think the Bengals defense has looked better in recent weeks, even with Browning hurt. It's more their offense that's still a mess, but I do think the Lions even cover this bulk spread.
Lions by 20. You're muted, Jabba. What was it?
He's going Lions. He's going Lions.
Tails.
Oh. So he's going...
So,
is it the Lions?
Speedy, tell us the home team.
No, I think Heads was home, so he's got Cincinnati.
All right, so
he's got
Speedy,
Detroit. Sorry.
He's got Cincinnati.
Detroit. Speedy, just clarify that a little quickly if you can next time. Errol, who you got?
I'm going Lions. The Lions are going to run all over him. Gibbs, Montgomery, I expect them to just absolutely explode off the paper. Give me the Lions. Big points.
All right, Johnny is the only one who's got the Bengals covering this spread at plus 9.5. One more big spread that was interesting. The Cardinals with their struggling offense and no Trey Benson, he's hurt as well now, out 4 to 6 weeks. They are 8.5-point favorites against the Titans. I do not think they cover this spread. I think Tennessee does cover this spread. Arizona wins the game.
You don't think Michael Carter Jr. and Elvis DeMarcado are going to run all over this good Titans defense? I don't either. I think it's going to be a close game, and I go with the Titans to cover. They may win it, but I think that's a definite cover.
So who we got? The Titans again?
It's the Titans at Arizona. The Cardinals are 8.5-point favorites. Despite their struggling offense and banged up offense.
What do you got, Jabba?
Visitors, I got the Titans.
All right, Errol.
And the Titans are the home team, right?
Cardinals are home. They're 8.5-point favorites.
The Cardinals.
Yes, the Cardinals.
I'm going to go Cardinals.
All right, so he has the Cardinals covering this one. Johnny has the Titans also covering the spread in this one. All right, let's go. We got two more. We got the Buccaneers at the Seahawks. The Seahawks are 3-point favorites at home. It's actually weird. I saw something last week. The Seahawks, I think since Russell Wilson's gone, they've actually been a better road team than they are a home team. They're not the same 12th man that they've been in the past. I'm actually going to take Tampa to not only win and dominate this game. Seattle with a long week, I think, will hurt them.
Say it one more time.
So the Seahawks are 3-point favorites at home against the Buccaneers.
I'm taking the Seahawks in this game. I don't like how the Bucs have been playing recently. I'm going to go Seahawks. I think they're a team on the rise.
I got the Bucs.
I got the Bucs. Bucs win.
All right, and the last one we got is the only primetime game. I joked with Wes that if he could make it, we're only doing one primetime game this week. It is his Kansas City Chiefs. Minus their 3-point favorites on the road at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I will take them in this spot here to cover and win a very tight defensive game. Two very good defenses.
That's frustrating spread because I don't like that spread for this game. All right, I'm going to go with Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville is going to win this game. I think the Chiefs have been kind of garbage all season. They had a great game against a broken Baltimore team without Lamar. That game was over at halftime. I don't know if you can put everything onto that. Baltimore has the worst defense in the league. Jacksonville is one of the top 5, top 10 defense. I think it's going to be really, really tough for them to find guys open like they did in that last game. Give me Jacksonville.
Ooh, Jacksonville. Home team.
All right, Java's got the Jags as well. And Reno Johnny is also on them, and he's also on the Bucs as well.
All right, so we're talking about the Jacksonville and who?
Yeah, and the Chiefs. The Chiefs are road favorites by 3.5.
I got Chiefs. Chiefs will win the game. Yep.
All right. That is it.
Oh, yeah. We're still waiting for Let's Parlay, right?
Well, yeah, Wes couldn't make it, and Johnny was trying to make it, but it looks like he's on.
All right, so why don't we go to a quick break? That's what we're going to do. And then when we come back, we got Tic-Tac-No, we got Goodies, Bag of Big Ones, and we got What's That Smell?
Yeah, so Goody's having a terrible allergic reaction to the grass on his baseball team's field.
Oh, that's not
and
good.
He said that he looks like he didn't do anything like this, but it looks like he ripped 12 J's right now with his eyes being as puffy and red as they are.
Oh, okay.
That's a quote from Goody.
All right,
I told him to take some Zyrtec and let us know if he can make it.
If he can make it, he can make it. If he can't, he can. Well, the show will end a little early. I mean, Jabba is going to be leaving a little early, so it's not bad. I mean, let's go to a quick break. We still have Tic-Tac-No, and we still have What's That Smell? Tommy Poops on his way home.
This is the Jabba and the Mouth Sports Minute.
All right, guys. Aaron Fishman here with your Sports Minute. Got a couple of stories before we get into the scores this evening. Here's the first one. Atlanta Braves, the sufferers of the year from hell in 2025 with injuries and poor performances up and down their roster, resulting in an underwhelming 76-86 record, have announced manager Brian Snitker will not be returning to the team in 2026. Snitker won the 2021 World Series with the Braves and won 6 straight NL East titles from 2018 to 2023. In the 8+ seasons he coached the Braves to a 811 to 668 record. The core of the team that had so much success under Snitker had a miserable season, with the team amassing a lowly team total of 82 WRC+, which is well below league average, with longtime starters and stars like Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, and Michael Harris II going through prolonged slumps and injuries, and major pitching injuries to literally their entire opening day starting rotation. All of them ended up missing the rest of the season with almost pretty major injuries. And then ace Spencer Strider, who missed last year, came back and was terrible for most of the season after the internal brace surgery on his UCL. Snitker, 69 years old, commented at the end of the season in retrospect of his time in Atlanta, "Honestly, I never thought I'd manage one day in the major leagues, much less 10 years. I never thought I'd host a trophy." The Braves and star Ronald Acuna Jr., who had a very strong season in his return from a torn knee in late May, will look to rebound under a new voice in 2026 in what should be a very attractive managerial opening. And in predictable but a laughable turn, Los Angeles Clippers star forward Kawhi Leonard denied the story, first exposed by journalist Pablo Torre, that he received at least $28 million from a no-show job with a now-defunct and fraudulent company, Affirmation, that was partnered with Clippers owner Steve Ballmer, the former Microsoft mogul Ballmer. Of course, Ballmer's denied claims that he utilized this company to pay Leonard and his people, including the infamous in basketball circles Uncle Dennis, over the salary cap max contract in order to keep them in LA earlier this decade. I don't think it's accurate, but it's old. This is all new to you guys. The company went bankrupt a while ago, Leonard told reporters. Leonard was then pressed on how much money the company gave him, as their bankruptcy filing stated they still owed the former MVP and two-time champion $7 million. "I'm not sure. I've got to look at the books. I look back at the books. It was more than that for sure. But the company went belly up. It was fraud, as everybody knows. If you want to know more details about that company, you need to ask that company or the owner or whoever else is involved." Leonard continued, "The NBA is going to do their job. None of us did no wrongdoing. That's it. We invite the investigations. It's not going to be a distraction for me or the rest of the team." Yeah, sure. As the great Chief O'Hagan from Super Troopers once said, "I'll believe that when me shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet." Guys, we are streaming live on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube on our Job in the Mouth handle, on Facebook under the Worldwide Sports Radio Network handle, and on Twitter under our host handle at ErrolMarks34. Keep downloading on Apple Podcasts and watch us both there and on Spotify, now in video. Make sure to like and subscribe to all our shorts, reels, TikToks, and longer videos that you see from us throughout the week. Now back to Errol, Jabba, and Speedy for our next segment on Jabba and the Mouth.
Any questions?
We're back. This is the Jabba and the Mouth Show.
Boom, boom, bop. Just like you, a baby turtle. Play one note hard. You're a grown man. I'm a dead man. No! There is no human that tender. 631 672 3108 is the number to call. A little West Coast music. You're listening to Jabba and the Mouth. I am the Mouth, the one and only Errol Marks, my co-host, Jabba Chamberlain, and Speedy Petey. Executive producer, Mr. Aaron Fishman. No more Tommy Poops. He's out and about. Happy birthday to Elijah. He's heading home to number 3. Third birthday of his nephew. Speedy is now moved to the production end of the show, as he does the back end and co-produces and co-examines the show, as he always does. I guess he examines. Go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. Check out all our shows throughout the week, including Jabba and the Mouth, every single Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. All you have to do to tune in and check out our local listings for all our shows is go to our website at www.worldwidesportsradio.com. And Jabba, what is our show brought to you by, my friend?
Our show is brought to you by our local sponsor here in Nebraska. We got the good old Veteran Renovations. They can bring you all kinds of good stuff when it comes to roofing, siding. And you know what? They got great financing. It's 0%, great payment plans. So if you are in the Lincoln and surrounding areas, go to veteranrenovationsne.com, a Marine-owned place with 30 years of experience. Check them out. They are on Twitter at NEReno. You can find them there and online, like I said. So we got some Marines behind us, and they allow us to do this show. So happy to have them with us.
Absolutely, and very excited moving forward. We have literally 3 months left of the year, and then we're right into the new year. It's gone so fast. Jabba turned 40 this year. I turned 43. It's crazy. It goes so fast. I remember when I graduated from high school, I was a prospect in hockey, and now I'm 43 years old. We've been doing a show together for about a year. I've watched Jabba when I was, middle-aged, watching him pitch for the New York Yankees, with the midge, whatever the hell they are, and all the different crap that we've seen over the years with the New York Yankees, ups and downs, and even the Knicks and how bad. I mean, I remember Linsanity. We were just talking about it the other day. Carmelo Anthony brought it up, and he didn't bring it up when he did his Hall of Fame speech, and we never got a chance to speak about it. But he kind of insinuated, the Linsanity era for the New York Knicks, and it's crazy. And by the way, congratulations to Carmelo Anthony and being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and all the nominees that got a chance to experience that great feat. And I'll tell you this. I've watched so many great players in my time. I'm only 43 years old, and I hopefully have a lot more left to go in life to get a chance to see some of the great athletes and just great opportunities to see all these great things that I've seen so far in my life. I can only imagine what some of these younger guys and younger ladies and gentlemen are going to get a chance to see in the future when it comes to professional sports and college sports. So very excited for the future. We're going to get a chance to see Cooper Flagg this year. I expect to see some greatness. And as we heard LeBron James say over the last, 4 weeks, that this guy is the real deal. He's the great white hope, as we heard from him. So we'll see. Anyways, we call this, finally we're bringing it back. No Owen, but we got it. Tic-tac-no.
Morris, right in the butt.
What? Tac.
We get the prizes cheap because they're stolen.
Yeah, Speedy, do that dance. Do that dance, baby. Do that dance. Yeah. All right.
All right, we will start it off with some baseball. Goody's not here, so we'll save the LSU questions for another time, unless he does come in. I do have a Lane Kiffin one, so if he does come in, he'll better be prepared for that. So obviously we've talked about the Mets' historic collapse on the show a lot.
Another toe job.
What National League team had an even bigger one in 1964, leading their division by 6.5 games with 12 games to go before losing 10 in a row and missing the playoffs?
Say that again.
What was it? What?
National League team in 1964 that led their division by 6.5 games with 12 games to go, lost 10 games in a row, missed the playoffs.
Lost 10 games in a row.
It's the Cardinals?
Nope.
I was actually thinking the same thing.
Maybe they were good then.
1960s. Early 60s.
There weren't that many teams, so.
Right.
That's right. So you got to.
In the 60s, so it have been.
I'll take a guess.
What do you got?
The Braves.
Nope.
It's got to be an original team, right?
Yeah.
I got
64.
Yeah, it's not an expansion team, so it's not like the Mets who just came in or anything like that. It is an old team.
I feel like it's a trick question, and this team's now in the AL.
No.
Reds?
Nope, not the Reds.
That was a team I thought of
Reds
too.
either. I can't even think. My brain isn't working right now. It's not a good sign for us.
I know. I was trying to think of old.
Is that
school teams
possible? Did you guys hear that? Fish's brain not work?
Errol,
You just made my nipples hard.
We're both fried at this point, man. Fried.
That went over like a fart.
Maybe I should be like Nicolas Cage, and just do the word association. Fried chicken, chicken wings, buffalo wings, buffalo. I don't.
Has anybody seen the movie The Green Book? You got to check it out.
I have.
If
I
you've
have
never
seen
seen
Green
that
Book. It
movie,
won the Oscar that year.
Yeah, go check out The Green Book. I can watch it over and over and over again. It's a great movie, and I just get any chance to look at fried chicken in the movie. It makes me hungry.
Was it the Phillies? Were they even a team back
Phillies
then?
is right. No, you got it.
you
Phillies
said
is right.
Phillies?
Yep, Phillies.
Oh, it was?
It was the Phillies. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got the bubble
Oh man, that was literally the luckiest guess I've had.
like a
on the
serial
show ever.
killer.
So to put some context to it, they literally pitched the same 2 starting pitchers 7 out of the last 10 games, and then once the collapse actually happened, they had a headline instead of folded with an F, folded with PH.
I like that. That's a good way to accentuate your loss.
It's loose.
All right, Speedy.
Watch how I
Next
eat my
question.
All right, so Penn State falls to Oregon in another big loss for James Franklin. He is now 4-21 versus top 10 teams after losing that. So only 2 active coaches are worse against top 10 teams. Power 5 coaches. Name one of the 2 coaches.
Say that one more time.
That are still currently head coaches?
That are right now head coaches of Power 5 teams.
Say it one more time.
Isn't it Fleck at Minnesota?
Nope. His is a little better now. So James Franklin is now 4-21 versus top 10 teams after losing against Oregon over this past weekend. So only 2 active coaches among Power 5 teams are worse. Name one of them.
One of them's playing for Florida, isn't it?
No.
No?
No.
Is one of them Rich Rodriguez?
No, active coaches. Active coaches. They're on.
He's not coaching out west somewhere now?
Not.
He's
not
West
a
Virginia.
Not a. Oh, okay.
West
He's back at West Virginia. Okay, I thought it was.
Yeah, he
in-
went out west and then he went to West Virginia.
Okay, no, it's not him though.
It's not. All right.
So still coaching in a power 5?
Yep.
That's been doing it for this long? God, there's not that many that have been around that long. Who's still here?
It's winning percentage, Java, not necessarily
Spread his cheeks.
like only the sample of less wins too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is there a
Who
minimum
wants to
games
get
on
the
it?
ass?
Is there a minimum number of games they have to have played or coached
No,
against for
no.
this?
This is winning percentage. So
They could be 0-1.
so one guy is 0-11, the other one is 4-26.
0-11.
Yep.
That's rough.
why do I think you're? And who are we comparing it to? We're compared to Franklin,
James
right?
Franklin, yeah.
I'm gonna go
I've-
with somebody that's not like doing shit this year either. Too, Dabo Sweeney.
No.
He is
Rich Rodriguez was 20-45.
He's a crybaby.
versus Power 5 conferences, 30.307. But not as bad as that. I knew he was bad.
Drove Mercedes-Benz.
Gino, the Gino Whisperer.
I have no idea.
Errol, who you got?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
Well,
no idea. I really don't.
All right, you want to give your guess to someone else?
I'll give it to Fish.
I don't.
Actually, no. I'll give it to Jared.
Greg Schiano.
No, but he actually is pretty close. He wasn't far behind. But that is actually a very good guess. It is actually one of them. One of them is Hugh Freeze. He was the 4-26.
I knew it was going to be Hugh Freeze. I was almost to say, Jared, say the guy you hate.
And then the other one is currently coaching at Nebraska and is 0-11 in Matt Rule.
That's called
Matt
your
Rule,
boy,
my God.
Java. Oh, man. Speedy, that was one of your best questions, I would say. One of your best questions. I hope not. All right, here it is. Speedy, where are you going?
Let's go right near that blue blazer.
Is
We'll
it
go
gonna
top left.
Is it going to be a clean sweep for Speedy this week?
No, you got the first one.
Oh yeah, we
Fish
did
got
get
the first one.
That's right.
I somehow got the first one. All right, Speedy.
All right, so let's do a question based on the theme of our guest, Jeremy Mincy. His first career sack in 2007 was against what quarterback that was a top 5 overall pick in the 2000s?
Started with the Jags. Probably there.
In the 2000s, you said, Speedy?
Yep.
I'm going to take a guess.
What do you got?
Phillip Rivers.
Nope.
I'm drawing a blank. That was the only one that came to mind.
Carson
I'll
Palmer.
go with the other obvious one, Eli Manning.
Nope. Whoever said Carson Palmer is also wrong. So, at least you, Java.
Oh,
So you got to think of.
I'm
20
I'm
years ago, top picks.
I'm passing this one on.
Doesn't he
to
look
you,
like
Fish.
Dracula? You giving me your guess?
He
Damn,
tastes
I really
himself.
wanted to embarrass myself a
The
second.
rah-rah shish kumbah.
Never
going wrong.
To 2007.
Yeah, that's when Mincy got the sack against this guy. He was a top 5 draft pick sometime in the 2000s.
Sometimes I sit
All
on
right,
it.
so here's my thinking. It's not going to be a number 1 pick because you would have said number 1 pick, not top 5. So who was
Diarrhea
the really
down their
quarterback
leg
that
and-
didn't go 1 back in like 05, 06, 07? I can't think.
Say one more
It
time.
sucks.
So it was a top 5 overall pick during the 2000s, and Jeremy Mincy got his first career sack against him in 2007.
My brain's only thinking of number 1 picks, and I just don't even want to bother.
Do you want me to
saying
take a
it, I know
guess?
it's wrong.
You want me to take a
I'll
guess?
take my guess first. I'm going to say Matty Ice.
No. What do you got?
Jamarcus Russell?
No. All right, you guys are.
Jamarcus Russell.
You guys are out. You guys are out of
We're
guesses.
out.
Fish, you had the right idea. You should have stuck with the team he played with. Stayed in the same division. It's Vince Young.
Why do you have to look at it? You knew what it was.
If I thought a little bit longer, I would have ended up on Vince Young. The best college football game of all time, in my opinion. USC Texas Rose Bowl.
Yep, and I know
Rose Bowl.
exactly. I know what exactly
2005.
where I was when I was watching it. By the way,
I do too. I was at my buddy's house. We were all watching together. It was great.
it was crazy.
All right, Speedy, where are you going?
Bottom left.
All right,
Yeah, I got
here
the
it
bubble
is. The Speedster. All right.
All right, we'll go to baseball.
We're in trouble, guys.
All right, we'll go to baseball for this one. So the Texas Rangers missed the
I
playoffs
farted.
this year with a run differential that was, I believe, was plus 90, which is the second most since they expanded the playoffs in 2012. There was one team that was higher who actually did miss it in 2012 with a run differential plus 120. American League. Name this team.
2012, Jabba, you were around.
I know. That's why I'm looking.
I like you said you're
12.
looking. You're like looking into like the back of your brain to try to find this knowledge.
Say that one more time.
Yeah.
So this
I'm trying-
team in
I do the
2012,
same.
an American
Oh.
League team, missed the playoffs when they first expanded the playoffs to 5 teams with a run differential of plus 120.
I know. That was just trying to think. That would have been my second to last year in New York.
Yes.
I don't think it was you guys that year, so because you guys
No.
were, yeah.
I'll take a guess.
What do you got?
The Mariners.
Nope.
Not a big run.
Cleveland?
Nope.
It would be someone with good pitching because the run differential, right? You would think. You said Texas. It's not Texas.
Oh, 2012 wasn't Felix Hernandez on that team? That's why
He
I
was.
thought that.
He
Good
was,
point.
yeah, on the
It's a
Mariners.
good point. It's a good point.
That's why I was trying to think. Like, who was the stud that year? Who?
I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Jared guessed Cleveland. That was wrong already. So
Damn. That's a good guess because like didn't they have like Cliff Lee and
no, Cliff Lee I think was somewhere else by then. I think he was with the
So
Phillies.
you already
Philadelphia. He was with
Was
Philadelphia.
was it the Phillies?
I wanted that guy to be on the Yankees so many times.
American
It just
League,
never
Jabba.
happened.
American League.
Yeah, it's an American
Yeah, I
League team.
know. I'm trying to
No,
think.
I was wrong
Good,
about the timeline.
good pitching. Because wasn't that the year R.A. Dickey won the Cy Young?
Yes, and he was a Met then.
And I know it wasn't the Mets. God, what? It has
who
to be
scored a
some-
lot? Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's just scored a lot, but had terrible pitching.
That's the way I was thinking. So I was gonna in 2000. They were the Angels.
Nope.
Toronto.
No. Fish, you did have the right philosophy. It is
Jarrett. Doesn't Jarrett?
No, Jarrett guessed Cleveland already. You had the right philosophy,
Yeah.
Fish. It is a team that develops very good pitching, and that year it was David Price, James Shields, and Matt Garza on the Tampa Bay Rays.
Damn.
Was that they had Andy Sonnenstein
Yep.
and all those guys?
Was
it James Shields? I think.
Yeah,
still
that's
too?
what I said. James Shields, Matt Garza, David
I
Price.
love Shields.
Yeah.
I didn't love him.
Wade Davis.
Yeah, Wade Davis when he was young. Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Shields was hot and cold every single year. Couldn't stay
And
hot.
then he infamously allowed a home run to Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo. By the way, Bartolo, great teammate and sneaky, one of the most athletic people you.
Oh yeah,
couldn't even.
Jabba, I've mentioned this on the show before. The greatest upset to first base, him fielding the ball and outrunning D. Gordon when D. Gordon was with Miami.
Oh, he was one of the funniest teammates too. He would literally he would come in after the first if he gave up a hit, and he'd be like, "Damn it, they broke up my no hitter." Every time, it was hilarious. He was awesome.
His home run is one of the most hilarious things that
And it wasn't a squeaker either. He hit that thing.
Got all of it. I still remember there was I think the game that I've seen one guy own a star pitcher the most. It was A-Rod versus Bartolo Colon when he was on the Angels, and I think he had 3 homers and 10 RBIs in one game, all off of Bartolo Colon. It was just absolutely absurd.
All right.
Or maybe with the first 2 off of him.
All right, now the real question. How does that compare with Adam Lynn's stats versus Java?
Hey, man, doggy. He hit 500 off me.
Bartolo Colon has the biggest head, too, man. I got a chance to meet him a couple of times. We saw him at a card show recently.
Yeah.
He's got a big head. That guy's got a big head. He's bigger. He's a lot bigger in person than you can even imagine. When you look at him, you just think he's short and stocky, but he's not. He's actually pretty tall.
Yeah.
And but he's got big head.
Jabba, I don't know if you know this, but I actually went to his bobblehead day 2 years ago, and apparently he came out with his own cologne.
Yes, he came out with his own cologne.
I love it.
Yep.
It's crazy. You'd be surprised. I didn't know this was a thing until obviously, I get to the big leagues. But a lot of the Latin dudes wear cologne before games. I'm like, really? And they're like, yeah. And then I started noticing it, and they all had cologne in their lockers. But each guy was a specific smell. It was only one type. It wasn't like they, put different ones on. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. I don't want to be on a field when you sweat. I'll tell you this. This is one of the stupidest, dumbest things a hockey player could do. Is after a game or at any point of sweat on your equipment, spray your equipment down with cologne. That is probably the dumbest thing you could possibly do because the stench.
Oh, it smells worse.
Oh, with the sweat and the cologne. Oh my God, it comes out with an odor Have you ever smelt a pig when it rolls up in mud? That's what it smells like when it comes to spraying your equipment as a hockey player with cologne. You don't do that. It's very hard to wash it, too. You want to air dry it when you wash your... I kind of did, I used a hose. I soaped it up, and I used a hose outside, and I would hang it on, a dressing, what do they call that?
Clothesline.
A clothesline, dressing line, where I can hang it
I like the clothesline and old school, the smell.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way you could get the smell out. It's very hard to do that, by the way.
Jared's too young to know what hanging your clothes on a clothesline means.
Yeah, he's way too young. Way too young. Anyways.
He's like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
No goodies bag of balls, ladies and gentlemen. So we just got one more segment, and Jabba will last it. What's that smell?
Hold up. What is that smell?
What's that smell?
Wow, you don't see that every day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty simple. What's that smell is pretty self-explanatory. We tell you a story, we tell you what it smells like, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to go tonight, we're going to go Speedy, Jarrett, Fish, Jabba, me. Here we go.
All right, so I am going to reference...
You want to jerk me off?
I'm going to reference something that I've taken shots at other teams of doing in the past and taking some shots at the New York Yankees and how they handled the blocking of ticket sales from the Red Sox. And it was something that we saw the Rams do against the 49ers when they played in the NFC Championship game, and something that the Carolina Hurricanes did to the New York Rangers, and now the Yankees are doing it. It's something that you're trying to get a home crowd advantage with, and you're going to do it to the greatest rivalry in sports. and definitely the greatest in baseball, if not in all of sports. And you're going to block Red Sox fans. Only Red Sox fans from Connecticut, I think it was Rhode Island, New Jersey, and New York could go to the game. And like I was seeing, like all these different things, like not even Massachusetts. Like people had to give their addresses from Connecticut or Rhode Island.
Yeah, to get verified.
Yeah, to get verified. So it's a whole stupid process. I really don't think the Yankees look good for doing this, especially with a rivalry like this. So what does it smell like? It smells like Yankee Stadium's attendance total tonight, whatever it is, but instead of people, it's being all pizza rats.
They did that. They kind of did that to us in the World Series with the Phillies.
Uh-huh.
Like they put like our family section and friends section all the way like at the top, like basically in the nosebleeds, and still charge us like $500 a ticket.
My friend actually went to one of those World Series games as a Yankees fan, and Phillies fans dumped soda all over him.
Dude, if you wore like legitimately, my family was there, and they obviously went to walk Philly, and they had Yankee stuff on. And we were staying at the Four Seasons. Like, obviously, you know what the Four Seasons are if you're a taxi driver. And they were like, oh, we don't know where that is. And they wouldn't drop them off. We ordered room service, and they lost our order.
Oh, my God.
We ordered it again. It took 2.5 hours to get.
Holy.
At least they didn't pull the fire alarm, like, in the middle of the night. That would have sucked.
All right, Jared, what you got for us?
I have no sack.
So reports today or yesterday from ESPN is that Anthony Richardson is reportedly open to a trade from the Colts, wanting to join a premier play caller. Who does he think he is right now? A premier play caller. Shane Steichen has turned an offense with Daniel Jones into one of the top offenses in the NFL. If you think you're at this point, you're a starting level quarterback that can't complete a pass 5 or 10 yards down the field, what are you even doing right now? Quit complaining to the media and get better. Right now it smells like a horse's ass. 1A, because of the Colts. But B, because that's exactly what Anthony Richardson is if he thinks he's a starting level quarterback for a premier play caller in the NFL.
I think Anthony Richardson's got to get some smelling salts because he doesn't know what the hell is going on around him if he thinks he's any good.
Yeah.
I agree with that one. Here's mine. This was a huge story yesterday, Errol. In the WNBA, as the Minnesota Lynx were eliminated, their coach was ejected and their star player suffered a serious ankle injury through the harsh treatment throughout the game. I'm talking about Nafisa Collier, who was runner-up for MVP this year. So she's injured, her coach gets ejected, exit meetings the next day, gets in front of the media, and absolutely ethers the commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy Engelbert. Worst leadership in the world. We have the best players in the world, we have the best fans in the world, but right now we have the worst leadership in the world. The league is doing self-sabotage with the inconsistent officiating and lack of accountability. She claimed Engelbert told her only losers complain about the refs, and that rookie Caitlin Clark, here's the best part, should be grateful for the WNBA because of the league's role in her sponsorships, ignoring the fact she signed the $28 million deal with Nike before she was in the WNBA, of course. And finally, Collier described the league's approach about control and power rather than collaboration. I don't think this has ever happened in any professional league where the second best player in the league gets up in front and just destroys the commissioner in like a 20-minute interview over and over and over again. So I tried what it smells like. It smells like for Kathy Engelbert, this is the last couple of days of her being the commissioner of this league. But what it really smells like is something really terrible that I have to smell sometimes. You know when your dog has like the anal glands that get too swollen and then they pop and then it gets all over everything and it smells like rotten fish? Yeah, that's what it smells like. Gross.
Do you want to jerk me off?
Nathan loves his anal, so it might be right up his alley.
Oh.
I gotta go back.
I really
off
hope
now.
Nathan is not into that kind with the dogs.
Yeah,
I
that
really
would
hope
be
that's
a
not
lot of hot
because he
ladies.
talks about leashes a lot. Maybe he's like trying to cover for something.
I have no sack.
I don't know, Nith. All right, Jabba, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go on a. I don't know how to view this one on the smell, but I thought this was very fitting, as we have a Giants fan. I don't know if you've seen Joshua Reynolds, and He took out 16-year-old kid. He took out a flyer and he was protesting the Maras. And he got a plane to fly over with a billboard. He started a GoFundMe and raised literally over $2,000 to literally say nicely to fire Shane Bowen. And I was like, this is fantastic. And I was like, this smells like a really, really good entrepreneur that loves the Giants but hates the Mariners. And it smells like he didn't get anywhere, but he's got a bright future.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final What's That Smell goes to the Super Bowl halftime show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there was a story that came out today. Very interesting. It says that Trump's advisor says that ICE agents will be at the Super Bowl now that Bad Bunny will be hosting the halftime show. It's so interesting. And by the way, if you don't know who ICE is, well, just look it up. It's a pretty funny story because out of all the people that the list of guys and women that were going to be picked to do the halftime show, they chose Bad Bunny. And as soon as that happened, it was on, if I'm not mistaken, it was on Monday Night Football. It was an announcement and halftime. This story came out maybe 72 hours ago. And now this story is starting to, it's starting to grow legs. And now everybody's saying, well, you picked this, you picked that. What does that smell? It smells like, I don't know. It smells like, I wouldn't say horses. Cow's ass with a mushroom growing out of it. Okay, that's what it smells like. All right, you know what that means. Anybody that knows anything about mushrooms, you know what that means. I mean, and if you pop one of those things, you'll be seeing green streaks in Speedy's underpants, and that definitely smells. Anyways, there you go, Speedy.
God. You had to bring that graphic
By
back.
the way, if people don't know, Bad Bunny was chosen to be the halftime show at the Super Bowl. And what is it? Super Bowl 54, right?
60.
Why would I say 54? 60. In San Francisco. So anybody wants to go buy tickets right now are up. If you go right now on Ticketmaster, well, it's not Ticketmaster. You go on any other appliances. I think tickets are right now up at $10,000. So good luck. Enjoy.
To sit where?
Up all the way into booties.
Whoa.
That's wild.
Go look.
You couldn't pay me $10,000 to sit in the freaking nosebleeds.
$10,000. So good luck on anybody who wants tickets to go see Bad Bunny in the halftime show. Thank you. I'll pass. Thank you. Anyways, I just thought that was an interesting story. There's really nothing out there, and it's fun. It's not funny, but it's funny that out of all the people they picked, and Taylor Swift was making a pitch. She was pushing to be the
There was
halftime
something
show.
that she put in it that
Yeah.
the NFL said no.
Yeah. She made a pitch. Miley Cyrus made a pitch. And somebody else actually made a pitch too. Adele. Adele was the other one that made a pitch. And they picked Bad Bunny. So, there you go.
Adele could sing the ABCs to me, and I would be happy.
So, it was 3 women that made the pitch, and they chose Bad Bunny, who's big on the Billboard charts. His album is one of the bigger albums this past year, and he won a bunch of
He's
Grammys.
one of only 3 artists to have over 100 billion on Spotify.
Yeah. He's
Can you name the other 2?
Ed Sheeran. Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Taylor Swift.
Rihanna.
Nope.
Kendrick Lamar.
Nope. Close.
Eminem.
Drake.
Nope.
Durake.
Think like no. It's a dude.
It's a dude.
But started when they were young. That should give it away.
I don't know. Started when we were there.
Ricky Martin.
No.
Mark Anthony.
He was in Menudo as a kid.
He was.
Who was it, Jabba?
Justin Bieber.
Justin
The
Biebs.
Biebs.
The Biebs.
I mean, yeah, that's like saying Drake was in Degrassi.
That's
He
true.
was.
He was in
He
Degrassi.
He was. That's where he was spotted, and Lil Wayne decided to bring Young Money together. He's the one who discovered Tyga and Nicki Minaj. Well, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, he said started from the bottom. Now he's here. He's never started at the bottom. Get out of here.
No,
I kind of haven't liked Drake since his first song where he says, like a sprained ankle ain't nothing to play with. Who hasn't played with a sprained ankle? Come on now. That's ridiculous.
Him, obviously.
That's so soft. That's like the softest rap lyric of all time, in my opinion.
I would say Drake plays with himself, so that would be the end of that.
Well,
anyways,
Kendrick has a lot of opinions on what he plays with.
Yeah.
Smell my ass. Breaking news. I need Britney also. Glory hole.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I hope our boy Goody is feeling better. Hopefully he takes a lot of allergy pills. I am going to be gone for Monday's show. I will be back. We're moving next week's Wednesday show to Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back on Thursday, but Fish will be filling in, hosting with Jabba on Monday. It'll be Jabba and Fish. Jabba, the lead. Number 2, Fish. Number 3, the Underwear Man over here in the studios, playing with himself. Anyways, but thank you to all the fans all out there. Thank you to Omaha Steaks. Thank you to all the different sponsors we're going to be bringing in. And American
Veteran renovation?
Veteran
That's
Federation.
talking about American whiskey. I was like, yeah, they
American
technically are.
I'm sorry. I want to tell everybody, I was almost throwing up today. I was dizzy all day. I wasn't feeling very good. I was very surprised that I could even do the show because I was really not feeling good all single day. So happy to be here, and I won't be here Monday, but you guys are in good hands with Jabba and Fish and Speedy. So
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I actually paid for the upgrade. We're gonna have some cool stuff from AI going forwards.
There you go. Who's that? Picking them up. Is that me?
You're not allowed to put Patrick Swayze in, I learned, over 20 times texting ChatGPT. So it just said, a Swayze-like character. And I thought, hey, Errol with the hair, kind of a poor man's Swayze.
Screw
you know what I mean?
A poor man's Swayze? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You don't wear leather jackets. You got tank tops.
I do.
You know what I mean?
I do wear leather jackets.
Do you have leather jackets?
Yeah, of course I do. Of course.
He wears leather.
He wears leather when he competes for the Guinness Book of World Records.
The Guinness.
I have some nice leather jackets with hoodies and everything. It looks good. Anyways, thank you to all the fans on Spotify and Apple, on the video and the audio section of it. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you to YouTube fans. Thank you to Twitter or X fans, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Job in the Mouth, Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Again, thank you to our sponsors. We really appreciate you guys. Next week on Monday, who do we have on the show?
Nothing yet for Monday, but Nathan was able to get on Thursday. So the CEO and a celebrity chef we have on that was going to be on Monday originally will be able to join on Thursday at 8:45. So CEO Jean Butler is her name, Encourage Kids Foundation, a nonprofit organization. And then the celebrity chef is Glenn Rolnick, who is the director of culinary operations at A La Carte Restaurant Group, and also is involved with, I know, one of my favorites, if not my favorite Italian restaurant in Java, one of your favorite Italian restaurants in Carmine's. He's involved in that as well. So he'll be joining us as well at 8:45.
Maybe he needs to invite us.
They owe me dinner when I get to New York.
Oh, they do.
I went there. That's what they said. That's what they said on the social media. So
I was there. I went to see Hamilton back in 2023, and then we went there after. It was amazing.
I remember Carmine's in a bunch of movies. I remember it wasn't in Goodfellas. If I'm not Goodfellas.
I think that's kind of where it.
I think that's Godfather. It was in The Godfather, right? I think it was in The Godfather. It was in one of these movies. I don't know. Anyways, just shows you how tired I am. Anyways, thank you to all the fans. We'll be back. They'll be back on Monday. I will be in Florida dealing with Floridian stuff. Not my favorite place to be, but I will be in and out. I'll definitely call up the show. I'm very happy to see where Monday's show goes, and good luck to you guys. I left it in good hands to the Jobster and the Fish. Anyways, that's it. Good night. Farewell. Gotta go. Bye.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.